get some Wheel of Death going on. Get a little giveaway, if you will.
Heck yeah. What are you going
Heck
to be
yeah.
giving away today? Well, actually, I'll show my giveaway first because
Yeah.
yours is
All
cooler.
right.
Yours is cooler.
We'll see. And we'll see. We'll see.
I'm going to be giving away the Elite Squad Trooper.
Nice. That's a good
So,
giveaway for
of
sure.
the options that I had,
Yeah.
I felt like
Yeah.
everybody, if you have 5 of these,
Yeah.
use another one.
What's a sixth? Absolutely. Yeah.
And
That's
I had
why.
to
Yeah.
make sure I grabbed it out of my drawer, my sort of giveaway drawer, and I was like,
Yeah.
do I have 2 of these? Because if I don't have 2 of these on the shelf, I'm probably going to keep this one. And then I had to go make sure I had 2 of them.
I'm pretty sure you bought that from Dorkside Toys when they were closing, didn't you?
I think, for like
$12
or whatever. It was.
Something like that. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna be giving away. I was gonna say, I think troopers are the best thing for giveaways because anyone can use a trooper. Like no matter what you collect or who you are, whether you have a million of them or you don't have any of them, like troopers are always cool to give away.
Yeah.
But that being said, I'm in honor of our 50th episode. I'm going to be giving away Qui-Gon Jinn from the Best Buy 50th anniversary of Lucasfilm because I felt like 50-50 kind of works, and I feel like even if you have this, I'm pretty sure this guy still goes for a good amount on the aftermarket. So even if
great on the card.
It's true. This is a good thing you can just have on your shelf. It's a cool display piece. Now I don't want to give it away. No, I'm kidding.
Change your mind.
Change.
How do I add?
Change my mind.
Can I add a slideshow?
Yeah. So you have to go to yeah. Well, you have to save it as a PDF.
Okay.
You have to save it as a PDF, and then you just go to present, and there's one for slides, and just point it to the PDF, and it will upload it.
All right, perfect.
Landspeeder Luke is here joining us live from San Diego Comic-Con. The Gamer Zone 24 is hanging out here, and we have 6 other people hanging out as well. If you guys want, hit that like button, chat in the chat. What we're going to be doing, we're starting a little early because we have a little giveaway for our Patreon people that we decided to kind of do last minute. We kicked it around, the idea around. But literally this morning, I was just like, giveaway? And Zach said, yeah, let's do it. So the way this works is this is for people who are Patreon members. And after this is done, if you're not a Patreon supporter, feel free to maybe support us a little bit. Every level or tier that you support us on, you get 1 entry on the wheel. If we select your name on the wheel, you're done. You're out. But that's why you get multiple entries if you're higher up on the list. So first person, let's go ahead. Let's just give it a spin. Colonel Angus is here. So this will go fast. We have 104 entries, but I'm just gonna keep Jim Mason gone. I'm just gonna keep sliding.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah. Well, what I'm actually gonna do is I'm gonna go to customize, and we're gonna shorten. We're gonna shorten how long it takes to spin. That's for sure. We don't need to do that.
How do I change the type that it is on a Mac? I don't use Mac.
Go to export. So you go to file down to export or pages down to export and choose PDF. Yeah.
Okay.
You might have to save it as not the highest quality because I think there's a limit to what you can upload here. So I think I save it on the second one down and it's fine when I do it. Anyways, It's gonna keep going. Colonel Angus, Zavi16, what's up? Ethan Becerra is here. We definitely don't want to remove all instances. No. So we're going to keep going. So the people watching us right now, I'm just going to talk while Zach's doing his thing. We're not going to remove all instances. I don't want to hit that button because that would suck for the person. But what's happening right now is we're giving away 2 figures for our 50th episode before we jump into our actual episode. So the people that are here, awesome. Thank you. We're starting a little early to get this done with. This whole video episode is going to be available on our YouTube channel for anyone to come back and watch. So if you can't stay for the whole thing, feel free to come back. It's not going to be a big deal. It's still going to be fun. But I am going to cut the actual episode out audio, and we're still going to post that as an episode to our audio stuff. So if you prefer to be an audio listener for whatever reason, that's still going to be available for you. You ruined it. You ruined it. No, it's all right.
Oh yeah, so I feel like I haven't really talked yet.
I love Bendejo's name. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, it is a great name. But
who was 50?
Everybody can join us. We have a long show tonight. It's going to
be
a great stream. I am super pumped for all this. Like it was kind of like, I'll talk about it later.
Well, talk about other things. What are you watching right now? What are you doing? Again, so for the people, I don't know. For the people that don't normally join us for our Patreon banter, we don't really talk Star Wars a lot on it. We just talk about life stuff for like the first 15 minutes, and that stuff is usually only on our Patreon channel. And again, we plug our Patreon a lot because we don't do ads and stuff on our podcast. We don't do ads on our YouTube channel. The only way we get paid, and it costs money, like StreamYard that we're using right now, costs money. All this stuff costs money to host the podcast. So we get money from Patreon, but we're also just going to reusing that right now and putting it towards taking us to Japan in 2025. Yep. Degenerate JP, thanks for seeing us live, bro.
Gamer Zone, is this better? But yeah, what a day. What a day.
It was a day. We're already down 20. We're down 20 entries, so we're just going to keep going. If you see your name on here, don't get excited. That means your entry's out. No, the last two entries ready to go. Bendejo is gone. Sorry, Bendejo.
Damn. R.I.P. in peace.
Yep.
I'm trying to get used to my new setup here in my room.
That's right. You got a super wide monitor, right?
I got it for free too.
How? Where'd you get it from?
Well, I get $500 every other year from work.
Yeah.
So.
Oh wow! Every other year you just get $500.
Yeah, for home office reimbursement.
I see.
Like, applicable. So, there was this 44-inch wide monitor on sale for like $402. So I got that and an Apple Magic keyboard.
Nice.
And it was like the total was like $485 total, which was sick.
So right under that $500 threshold. Yeah.
Yeah, so what happened was I bought an Apple Magic keyboard, and then so my total was like $507, but then I canceled that one and ordered a different one, so my total ended up being $485. But that was after I submitted the receipt and got reimbursed the $500.
Oh,
so
dang.
I actually got $15 on top as well. So
not bad.
Helps with the figure cost, you know.
Yeah, for sure. That's a half a figure almost, a little over. Rob Henry, welcome to chat. I don't know if Kirby Brock, welcome to chat, our second VIP member. Definitely a special shout out to you, Kirby.
Yeah, big shout out to Kirby. Well, he'll be joining us.
So apparently they can
VIP.
still. I hear you just fine. I don't, but to them they say you are really quiet.
I'm gonna turn my mic volume up on.
Okay.
Okay, there we go. Testing. Audience, let me know how this is.
Oh, Rob, I'm sorry I didn't follow you sooner. It's weird. You know, when I was a smaller creator on Instagram with only a couple hundred followers and stuff, and I would follow bigger people, and I'd always like how do I get them to follow me back? You know, because we create the right stuff. I know they'd like my stuff if they saw it. Like, how do I get them to follow me back? And it always made me feel really cool when someone like a lot bigger did a follow back. I remember the day I was at Target when like Toy Galaxy followed me back on Instagram. This is like before we were friends, obviously. Now it's like every day. I talk to Dan Larson like every freaking day, you know. So it's but you know when that's not the normal thing, like it's cool when someone you follow for a long time kind of follows you back. So I try to do that whenever I see like a lot of recurring like likes and stuff. I'll go like, I should like this person, like I should follow them, you know.
Yakface followed me today.
I saw that. He doesn't follow me.
Well, he kind of does now, right?
True.
That's our podcast name.
Yeah. Transitively speaking, since he follows you and you follow me, then he also then follows me.
Yep.
Yeah.
Daniel,
yes, we're
still alive.
Yep. Daniel, we did start early. But that's because we're doing a little Patreon giveaway live. I didn't want to make it a separate thing because I'm way too lazy to set all that stuff up. So we're just going down doing a quick giveaway before we start the podcast episode proper. So you haven't missed anything. We've just been gabbing, and I'm removing names from a wheel. That's all we're doing.
I realized I forgot something, so I'll be right back. Give me
Jurassic Dave 93. What's up, buddy? How you doing? Thanks for joining us. Yeah, so it's just me now. It's just the Mike Case show, which is just normal for me. Again, if you're just joining us, we have 12 people watching. We're just doing a quick giveaway from our Patreon members. I'm just removing names from a list, and the last two people remaining get to win a little figure that we'll send off, and then we'll start the episode proper. Obviously, we have a lot of things to cover today. We got our pickups that we always do, but it was San Diego Comic-Con, so there's just a lot of stuff to cover. So I don't know how long we'll go tonight. We usually go about 2 hours, sometimes 3. I don't think we'll talk about the Ghost all that much, obviously, because we are a Black Series podcast, and that's Vintage Collection, but also because I think our next guest next week, he is more of a Vintage Collection collector than a Black Series collector, and I think it would be actually good to talk to him about it. Daniel, I can't answer that because I haven't opened mine yet. I got it last night. I came back from San Diego super late last night, and I was dead tired and had to work this morning. So I just went pretty much straight to bed. But I will let you know. I'll make a post about it if it is. This is almost hypnotic to watch. Yeah, I had a big week. Again, we'll do our pickups, so you'll see all the stuff. Landspeeder, Luke gone. It's funny, if Landspeeder, Luke are out of the basement when this, they don't need them. Like, I don't know what they'll do with them. But they're on here because they're Patreon supporters. That's what's going to happen there. So we're down to 42, 41 now. I'm just going to keep going until we're down to like 10, and then we'll make it a bigger deal.
This is what I forgot.
Oh, yeah! Oh. I'll have to get one for next time, and then I'll just put my Rockstar in a glass to make it more official. I should definitely get one.
I'll show it again here in a minute, like whenever we're big, but...
Yeah. That is a new thing on our merch. So if you want to go check out our merch, type in Teespring Black Series Cantina. It'll take you right there probably. Google's a fun thing. Someone asked me yesterday, they were like, when's the Black Series panel? And I'm like, I don't know off the top of my head. Just type that literal sentence into Google and it will tell you. Like, I don't know.
JD's gone.
JD's gone?
He just got eliminated.
Oh, sorry. I'm not even looking at the names. I'm just clicking the wheel. I'm not.
Yeah.
I don't know who's left.
Sean. No. That's 1313's father.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Funny story. I almost was able to have dinner with them in Louisville.
Really?
But Luke.
I'm okay if Luke goes.
Because they had to go down to Fort Knox. So they were in Louisville. But me and my wife had already had plans, unfortunately.
Is that a real place? They still put gold there?
I don't know if they store gold, but it is like a military base. So
that was like the thing, though, is they had gold in Fort Knox or something because it was like it's locked up tighter than Fort Knox. Like,
yeah. So is my audio? Is my audio good?
Yeah, please let us know if Zach's audio is good. Wilbon's in the house. Brian Dickey's here. How's it going, man? We're getting down. Once we get about to 10, that's when I'll start paying attention to who's left.
We'll reevaluate the board.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we have 19 in here right now. We normally hang around about like 7 or so.
Sometimes less,
You know,
but that's because the people that are part of our live streams are people that are at the upper tiers of our Patreon. Yeah. So
if you enjoy being here live, consider joining us on the 1138 tier. You can be, and I think it's going to be better now that we're trying to do 8 p.m. Eastern every episode.
Yeah, we're gonna have
more consistent.
Yeah,
that was a close one.
We're gonna do a consistent recording so people can plan accordingly, and I think that's gonna be better. Jay Boomis, that's how cool we are. All right, that's how cool we are. It's how we roll.
I mean, I feel like whenever I say you can hear how I sound when I say how do I sound, right? Like maybe
I can't hear you. I can't hear you.
I'm just gonna mute myself.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
You can hear that.
Oh wow, yeah, I heard that. We're not that kind of podcast, man.
We're not. This isn't the podcast yet.
Right, that's true. Zabby, yeah, the stream started, but we haven't started the episode yet. We're just we're doing a little preamble. We're doing a little giveaway. We're down to this last one, and then we're at top 10.
Commander Cook.
All right. So in the top 10, we have Wilbon, Tom Hill, Jar Jar's Comeback 1, Bill Fryer, Sean Skywalker Hendricks, Brian Eovatius, H-Town Ray, Josh Gill, Rob Henry. I don't know. I just added a B into his last name. So these are all like names I know, which is really, really cool. So let's
yeah, these have all been Patreon members for a while.
For a while, yeah. Oh, Wilbon's first. Sorry, buddy.
He had 4 entries.
He had 4 entries. H-Town Ray. You know what? I'm no offense, Dylan, if you're watching this. I'm just glad that you're not here because I feel like you've won in every giveaway we've done so far.
True.
Dylan Justice has been, I think Dylan Justice and Casey Texas are like some of our like consistent giveaway members, and neither of them are here, and I feel good with that.
Yeah, I feel like I have those addresses in my phone.
Yeah, right?
Skywalker Hendricks. All right.
All right. No, Rob Henry. I'm so sorry. I'm pretty sure Bill Fryer's won too. But now he's not going to.
I think Josh. Well, we also did that one giveaway where we had like 12 people win.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. We did have a lot of winners that one time.
2 more eliminations.
2 more eliminations, and we're good.
Josh Gale. Rip.
All right. And Brian. So we're down at Tom Hill and Sean Fayok. So we're gonna roll. Yeah, we're gonna roll and see who gets the first pick and who gets the second pick. Boom. So Sean gets the first pick. Tom gets the second pick. Again, if you're not sure what's what, I am giving away the 50th anniversary Qui-Gon Jinn in Episode 1 packaging. And Zach,
I'm giving away the Elite Squad Clone Trooper from the Bad Batch.
All right, there we go. So that was our giveaway. Thanks to everyone for we started a little late now because of that, but for the people, Tom, Sean, if you guys want to send us a message on Patreon, let us know. Well, I guess Sean, let us know who you want, and Tom will get the other one, and that's just how it's going to work. Thanks for supporting us. We hope to give you something. Thank you, guys. When we started this, I didn't know how if anyone would care to listen to our thoughts on Black Series toys. And here we are with 50 episodes under our belts. So welcome to Star Wars The Black Series, episode 50. I think I called it San Diego Comic-Con Ghostin', or Comic-Con Ghostin'. I didn't know what to call it.
That'll work.
I honestly didn't know what to call it. Sometimes you get that good title. Like last week's with the Star Killer based, I thought was really good. Like we've had some really good ones, and then this one I'm like, I don't know. I don't really care. I don't care what it's called.
It is our 50th episode celebration of Black Series Cantina.
Yeah, but I feel like
it's got to be a good title, right?
That. That's true. Well, we could always change the title when I make it official and put it on like iTunes for all the normies to watch. Because the people that aren't normally part of our video, like Patreon members, like the people joining us just on YouTube, I would still consider them more hardcore fans because
that is true.
They're here. They're watching us visually instead of just waiting for the next episode to come up like a jabroni on their Spotify stream. Not that, hey, if you're listening to this on Spotify, and I didn't really mean to call you a jabroni. I like you and I appreciate your support. Thank you.
Yeah, you're calling like 98% of our listeners, or like jabronis right now. What is going on?
I don't even know what that word means. I just like the sound of it.
Yeah, thank you all. We want to say from like the bottom of our hearts, thank you all for like letting this podcast be a success whenever we started it. We didn't really know how popular it would be, but I think I feel like we can cut a small like WWE promo here and be like, we've taken the collecting community by storm, right? We are up in the upper echelon of the greats in the Black Series community. In my humble opinion, we're up there with like Land Speeder, Luke, the Out of the Basement boys. Those are just the goats, Luke and this monster can be up there. We are up there. We are the best Black Series specific audio podcast.
I would definitely agree with that.
We might be the only one, but
that
also used to be the worst, right?
There used to be Black Series Rebels, but they stopped doing Black Series content. Now they just do kind of pop culture content.
Yeah.
Okay, so number 50, figure number 50, I looked this up. Figure number 50 is the Praetorian Guard, released in the second wave of The Last Jedi I bought mine on Force Friday because my Toys R Us didn't get the first wave. They got the second wave instead. So I bought that whole second wave of Last Jedi figures at midnight because I was the first person in line. So
yeah, I got my first Praetorian Guard 2 months ago. Whenever I got them
Absolutely.
They came in like super smelly and smoky. So it took me like 2 weeks to get that smell off. I had like Dan Larson helping me get I was deep in the trenches trying to get those done.
You guys are so legit. Hasbro named the 6-inch line after your podcast. Fact.
That is facts.
That's facts. Yeah. Facts.
But yeah, we are I think we're 46 Patreon members deep. And our Patreon
47 actually. It's 47.
47 now. Perfect. Yeah. So we have and the Patreon's it's cheap, but it's also it's not just 99 cents. We have $2 tiers all the way up to a $25 tier. So people are willing to we really appreciate the support that people give us and how much
for sure
seeing how much they enjoy the podcast just makes me want to do it more, and it just makes me so happy
and put more effort into it. I want to make it actually good. We spent money on real microphones and real equipment and stuff. We want to be real podcasters.
Yeah, because when it started, we would just kind of meet up every other week, and then but then with the success of it, it's okay, we got to start treating this like we're some professionals here, So it's been a blast, the first 49 episodes, and now this being the 50th.
Yep.
I kind of wanted to do because we have picked up so many extra or listeners over the year and a half or so, that maybe they haven't gone back and re-listened to our first episode. But I think we should do a reintroduction for the people who haven't listened to episode 1. So
sure.
I think it'd be a good idea for Mike to tell those listeners how you maybe started collecting and about how we came up with the podcast and all that.
Sure, yeah. So I've been collecting Black Series since day one. I collected Star Wars. I first got into collecting Star Wars figures back in the 90s with Power of the Force 2. And I collected it until I got to that age, when you're like late teens, early 20s, where it stops being cool to collect toys, and I stopped being a toy guy. But then sometime around like 2013 or so, I was like, you know what? I think I'm gonna start collecting toys again. And I saw, hey, they're doing 6-inch Star Wars figures, and I thought that was a great time to get back in the line, because I started to want to collect Star Wars again, but I didn't know where to start because there were so many 3 3/4 inch figures, and I felt like I missed so much. So for me, I'm like, 6-inch, I can get in the start of the line. I'm gonna try it out. So I started collecting, and then back in around 2016, I started making YouTube videos, reviewing them, talking about them, stuff like that. So I started a YouTube channel. Kind of gained a lot from doing that, and then I saw Zach's post one day about wanting to start a Black Series podcast, and I was like, I've got podcasting experience. I had a podcast about Transformers. I had another podcast I did with friends called 40s and 20s, where we would just drink. We would drink 40s
that's badass.
Yeah, and we would talk like nerdy stuff like D&D. So it was like rolling 20s, like rolling 20s I'd die and drinking 40s. So we called it 40s and 20s. Anyways, so like I had experience podcasting, and I liked Star Wars. I liked the Black Series. And I figured I'd jump in and see what was what. And then Zach and I became friends.
That we did.
Yeah.
I guess I'll take the talking stick now.
Go ahead.
I started collecting late 2013, whenever Wave 2 of the Orange Line was releasing.
So we've both been in since the beginning, pretty much. Yeah.
That's why I think our opinions are kind of valuable, because we've been in it for so long.
We've been in the game for a bit, yeah.
Yeah. Well, the first figure I ordered was the X-Wing Luke pilot, because I came across an article online about this new line of 6-inch Black Series, like highly articulated figures they're doing, and like the definitive versions and all that. And I came with the X-Wing Luke, and I've always sort of had like the collector gene, but I've never been a collector of anything specifically until then. Like I had a ton of action figures when I was a kid, and I kept them all for a long time. But then not really as a collector. That was just like to play with them, and I kept them for a long time. But read that article, and then I placed the order. $19.99 free shipping, and then the very next day I had my dad drive me to Target, and then I found a Greedo on the peg. So I found Greedo. That was the first one I owned.
How old were you?
Well, I started college in the summer or fall of 2012. So.
Okay,
18
All right.
or so.
Now I don't feel so weird, because like, I was like a full-ass adult. And you're like, my dad took me to Target.
Well, yeah, I didn't have a car until like
it's fine. I was like, you weren't like elementary school or anything, right?
I mean, we do feel old sometimes when we see those comments.
That's 100% true. There, some people have left comments that made me feel so old, but yeah. What's up, Adam Priest? Yeah. Anyway, keep going.
So yeah, I found Greedo at Target. So I had Greedo for a couple of days, and then the Luke finally showed up, and I just really loved him. Went back to the Toys R Us, and I think I found Han Solo. But yeah, so I've been in the line since the beginning. But I did. Well, before I tell the story how I got out of the line, I did create the Instagram account that is unfortunately no longer with us. Pour one out for
Rest
the
in
Instagram
peace.
page. But fortunately, I made that post about starting a podcast. I got, like, kid you not, at least 100, like, message requests from people.
Oh, wow.
Like, I went through a ton. And, like, a lot of people were, like, I'm not trying to diminish people who don't have, like, a lot of followers or anything. But I could just tell some people, I wanted somebody who had, like, a prominent voice in the community. And then, so I once you reached out, it was, like, the choice was kind of obvious. Like, I don't want to, like, talk bad about anybody else who DM'd. But, I mean, the guy had, like, 15,000 YouTube subs at the time or whatever it was, over 10,000 or whatever. So, yeah, the choice is obvious. And then, well, I did get out of collecting a while ago. In when Last Jedi come out? 17?
Yeah.
I started getting in. I tried to get into Hot Toys, and then I was like, you know what? Like, because it was a space issue. I didn't really have any space for a lot of the mass amount of figures. So I sold some off, and then once the photo reel came back, that's when I got hooked again. So I guess around COVID time I was reignited.
That was a big reigniting time for a lot of people. I know that's when like Landspeeder Luke got into Black Series. COVID was a boom for collecting.
Those Redbox figures, like I bought so many of them, and then it's just like the faces aren't great. The articulation still wasn't improving all that much. I don't really have the space for them at that time because me and my girlfriend lived with me and my wife, girlfriend at the time, her dad in an apartment, in a 2-bedroom apartment. So we just had our room and like shared other space. So didn't have the space. Was like, and then I would just pop into Walmart, Target, and every time I would just walk into the toy aisle, and then I just see like all these amazing, beautiful faces. I'm like, what is happening? They're finally adopting what Marvel's been using for like a year and a half or two.
Yeah, it had been a while. It took them a while.
Yeah, that's what pulled me. That's what pulled me in. So I'm thankfully I did because we have days like today.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. Yeah, I think my first Black Series figure was Darth Maul. I saw him. I was at Target, and I saw him sitting on the shelf. I saw the whole wave, but like Darth Maul was the one. I was like, if I'm gonna get a 6-inch Star Wars figure, Darth Maul's the one. And then like 2 months later, I ended up ordering the other 3 figures, the Stormtrooper R2 and X-Wing Luke on Amazon for like half price. So it was neat. I still go back and look at that to make sure I wasn't like fooling myself. But like, nope, I bought Luke for like $11. I bought R2 for like $9. It was
so you're saying going on clearance isn't a new thing?
Yeah, no, it's weird. Going on clearance isn't a death knell, and it's not a new thing. Because that was like November of 2013. So either the line almost died then, or just sometimes things go on clearance or go on sale just to do it. Yeah.
Yeah, what a time.
What a time.
It's also weird thinking back like to the Orange line.
Yeah.
Like with how few figures they would release.
Oh yeah. Now the first 2 waves were 4 figure, and then the third wave was 3 figures. And then the 4th wave was only 2 figures, and like everything else is all repacks, like or doubles or anything.
More holiday figures today than that.
It's true. It's true. Yeah, in 2013 they had only announced 8 figures in the line in total.
Yeah, so it's like whenever everybody's like, "Oh, the line is failing," then why are all these holiday figures going for $80 on eBay?
Oh my god. You know what? I'm stoked for those. I hate how stoked I am for those holiday figures because it's dumb, but they're getting so stupidly creative, and we'll talk about it. I don't want to ruin it. Yeah. We'll talk about it, but yeah.
Yeah, but before we get into fine editions, I do want to show off this fine edition.
Oh, what you got? Oh yeah. That's on our merch. I'm gonna order one as soon as we're done. And in fact, I'm gonna order one right now.
Order one right now on the pod. Look at that.
On the live, like
TBS Cantina
that's right.
logo. Look at that beauty. I think we've actually sold a couple of these that aren't the one that I bought.
That aren't us. It's always fun when it's not us buying our own merch. Because we definitely do.
I think Wilbon took advantage of the VIP % off.
Good.
Cool.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Check this out, though. I had to wear the Rancor shirt for today.
I thought about it, and then I didn't. I did. Yesterday I wore a regular shirt. Because I figured if I'm going to Comic-Con, I'm going to be in the area. Like, I wanted to kind of advertise it. Like, if someone asked me about it, no one asked me about it. No one cared.
Yeah, it happens. It happens. Well, so while you're buying that, I guess I'm ready to start fine editions.
Let's start fine editions. You want to go first? You want me to go first?
I guess I'll go first since you're doing that.
I mean, I can stop.
It's all right. Let's see. So I will start with some non-Star Wars stuff I got from our good pal Justin from Out of the Basement. He sent me.
Oh, hi, Justin.
a couple Game of Thrones figgies, which I've seen these, and I never bought them. I was just kind of thinking about it, and I've seen them online for quite a while. Never pulled the trigger, so that's Jon Snow. This is the Arya Stark. I got her in a pretty good pose, I think. But I think it was like he sent me the 3 of these for like 40 shipped or whatever. So I couldn't pass that up, especially when you're helping out a friend. You're willing to pay more than what you probably would on eBay or anything. But I checked out the prices for the Night King, and this guy goes for like 20 or so. So I feel like I got a pretty good deal for the 3 of these. Trying to get it to focus. This Night King is pretty fantastic.
He looks really good. I do like that. Yeah.
Articulation on these isn't great, but like visually, I'm really impressed with this Night King. He's super sick. I wish they would have kept this line going. It died after one wave.
Yeah, I don't think it was very popular, but I think it had missed the popularity of Game of Thrones. Like by the time those came out, I think the last season had already ended, and nobody liked Game of Thrones anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, because if the final season is trash, that means everybody hates seasons 1 through 6 and all that.
Well, it retroactively kind of ruined it. Like all the build up, like nothing really pays off. Like it just kind of ends in disappointment. So what's the point of going back and enjoying the first couple seasons?
I like all those memes where it's like I just finished season 6 and Daenerys is sailing towards Westeros, and then people are like, "Stop! Just read some.
Just stop! Yeah, just stop there."
So I also picked up, this one is kind of triggering for me because this was like, I think this was my last post on my big Instagram page, which is the 2/12 ARF Trooper with the sick backpack. Mike, I know you're jealous of this backpack.
I'm actually very jealous of that backpack.
It actually comes in like with this little cap too, and it's small space, you can actually put something in there. So it's not just like one mold, it like fits over it, which is super neat, pretty awesome. I wish they sold these backpacks on there in like a pack of 5 or something, so you can throw it on other clones if you want to and maybe customize them. But yeah, he's also got the rotary cannon, which is super awesome.
The cannon's rad. I always like that cannon.
I want to try to paint it up. And then I also got Jesse, the ARC Trooper.
That's the official one.
The official Hasbro version from Walmart. Nice backpack. Helmet inaccurate, of course. I don't like the paint chipping on the brow. It looks kind of weird since the figure is so clean and all that. I would have liked it to come with the regular helmet, but that's a clone I haven't really cared too much about, I guess. So I'm fine with it being the ARC Trooper helmet. It looks more like the Battlefront game, which is still cool. And then my last fine addition for today's episode 50 celebration, the Return of the Jedi SH Figuarts Darth Vader. And I very much love this figure. It's very frustrating though, the cape. I don't know, like the wired cape is not a great material. Like I've just had so much trouble with the wire, but I finally got it in a halfway decent pose here. I want to buy a custom one though, and then maybe try to get like a custom underskirt for it. But the figure, other than that, is really, really nice. I think the head sculpt is a lot more accurate to the film than the Black Series one is. That's currently coming out here soon. It's actually kind of like gray colored rather than like tan flesh tone.
It's supposed to be kind of pasty, isn't it? Wasn't that?
Yeah,
isn't his head kind of pasty?
He's supposed to look like the moon. Where you look up and it's all white. That's all. When I was a kid, he looks like Humpty Dumpty.
Humpty Dumpty was what always popped into my head. Yeah.
So that's what this one looks like. But the Black Series version looks more like he has like flesh tone, which I guess is kind of neat because I'm gonna use this as my Return of the Jedi Vader, but then that Vader I'm gonna have lay helmetless on my operating table because he looks a little younger, maybe not, but looks like he could be having some operating done. So I think that'd be cool. I would hold it up to Empire Strikes Back Vader, but it's back there. Oh wait, no, my Empire. It's on a display right now, so I would have to. I would have to mess with that.
And you're not willing to do that? You're not willing to do that for us? You're not willing to go destroy your display just for us?
No, not right now.
That's fair.
DM me on Instagram, I'll send pics. But
That's
what do you
fair.
mean, Nigel? The blue on the Jesse? The blue on Jesse's good. I like it, if that's what you're asking. It's accurate to all the other blues.
Which figure? The blue was off on Apo, right? Was it?
The blue is off on the new 501st Apo from
Right.
the Kenobi show.
Right.
I mean, the blue is off on all of them because they're all different blues. So.
I mean, it's not if you're colorblind. Just get colorblind. Everything looks good. Everything
true.
looks blue.
That's true. It's all just one shade, kind of.
It's just
maybe
one.
Maybe the guy designing them is colorblind. Who knows?
That could be it. That could be it.
But yeah, those are all my fine editions. So you are
cool.
on
Yeah.
the block.
I'll go pretty fast here because I don't have a lot, but I don't not have any. So there's that. I'm gonna start with G.I. Joe because I'm into G.I. Joe a lot right now. HasLab just finished on the Dragonfly. Super pumped about that. Unlocked all the tiers. Yesterday, I got this bad boy right here. This is Scrap Iron, and he came with his anti-armor drone, and he comes with just an absolute grip of stuff, like effects and whatnot. So I opened it here. So this is the little drone tank he comes with, and it's cute. It's like a cute little baby Hiss tank, but he comes with like all these little effects, and like some of them are cool, like this little explosion right here on the ground, but some of them are weird. Like I don't know what to do with this. It's just a little cloud. Like what's this for? What do you do with this? I don't know. So there's that, and then it comes with Scrap Iron here, he's just a bad guy. He's got a helmet and he's got a remote control, and there's that. But then I also got this guy. This is Bazooka, and he comes with a bazooka, but he didn't come with an effect for it. So I used the effect that came with the little drone, and kind of gave him a little firing missile, and I think that looks rad.
That's pretty sweet.
It's pretty rad. Look at that. Like this is the kind of.
I bet you could also kind of Dremel the rocket that came with the Stormtrooper, and maybe poke that in it.
Probably, actually, I probably could.
Some type of cool effect.
Yeah. So those are the G.I. Joes I got, and I'm actually going to do a video on the recent G.I. Joes I got, but I'm going to do it all as just one big video. I'm not going to do a bunch of little videos. Yeah.
You've been back on the YouTube groove, which is nice to see.
I have. I've done like 3 or 4 videos just in the last couple weeks, and it's been a lot of fun. But I got some other just actual Star Wars stuff, which is, since we're on a Star Wars podcast,
fair,
can talk about it. Speaking of which, I did do a video on this. This is the Luke Skywalker and Grogu. I got this shipped to me. I think I got it on Hasbro Pulse, because so she's in stock. I haven't seen it anywhere else, so I don't know. I did have to cancel it on Amazon. I almost forgot, and I was going through my Amazon purchases, and I'm like, whoop, I don't need another one of those. I don't need to spend $90 on a figure I only kind of like. Yeah, no. But I got my thoughts on video on it. It's fine. It's got a lot of cool stuff. If you really, really want to spend a lot of money on just one accessory, it does come with a lightsaber that's properly scaled with the new Yoda. So if you want to give your brand new, smaller, properly scaled Yoda a lightsaber, it comes with one. So that's nice. And then yesterday, I got the Endor Trooper. I haven't opened yet. Is it too expensive? Yes. Am I still happy I got it? Also, yes. I'm a complex man.
I went to 2 GameStops the other day.
Yeah.
Struck out on both of them.
Yeah, my GameStop doesn't have it. I will say I'm glad I don't care about the card, because Amazon shipped this to me and it is bent all over the place with creases everywhere. But yeah, I don't In fact,
there you go. That's what
there
I'm
I go.
talking about.
That's how we do it. That's how we do it in the Black Series Cantina. We're not inbox collectors. We don't do things like that.
Who keeps stuff in the box? You know.
No, I actually like to play with my toys. I will say this guy, he's gonna be a Nick Sant / old Rex. Like that's just how he is. He's not gonna be a youngin. And whenever they event,
you could do what Wilbon did. And since you have a second Rex, you can just pull the hands off one and plug it in that one.
That actually is true. I do have a second Rex because I have the HasCon Deluxe one, and then I have the the better version.
Do you have the Bad Batch one too? So you have 3, right?
Oh right, I also have that one. So I have 3 Rexes. I'm swimming in Rexes. I'm Rexing it. It's Rexing time.
Rexing around.
That's right. That's a guy. That's a person. Yeah. Yeah. Anyways, yeah. So I got this guy, and let's pull his face off real quick, huh?
Yeah, swap that face out.
Does it just pop off?
It should. Right?
How does it work?
Wilbon said they don't come off easy.
Okay, then I'm not gonna do it right now.
The hands.
Oh yeah, you have to heat those up. You have to heat those up. I'm just looking to see where. Yeah, it just should pop off right here. I bought this little tool on Amazon I mostly did it to help me with Transformers, but
that's all.
Yeah, it's a little spludger. It works. Wow, this does not want to come off.
Well,
okay.
Apparently it's not doing too hot right now.
I'm not gonna waste time with it right now. But it definitely does not come off easy. And then lastly, yeah, I got Jesse too.
Nice.
So yeah, this came in the mail yesterday. Yeah. That's it. That's all I got. That's everything.
That's a good fine addition for.
It was a pretty good one for 50. Yeah, absolutely.
Our 50. We had some Black Series figures. That's all we could ask for.
I will say, after waiting for so long without a pre-order, I hate not having a pre-order for things. So no matter how long or how much people are gonna, including myself. So I'm not saying other people are not cool, but I'm cool. Like, back when we had a bunch of pre-orders kind of hanging out and lining up, and we were waiting for years on pre-orders they announced and stuff. Not having a pre-order for that Rebel Soldier kind of gave me a bunch of anxiety, and I hated it. and then I also forgot about it for a little while, so I didn't factor it into my budget. So I'm like, oh crap, that's another $30 on my budget. Damn it. So
yeah, your budget is the most abused thing in all of America.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. So here's the way I'm looking at it. I am over budget, absolutely, for right now. But it's important to still track it because I could potentially sell things and make it back up or not buy things. But that's kind of like I've been using the budget to really say like, okay, do I really want this? Is this something I really want, or am I just buying it to buy something? So it has helped cut down my spending by a lot, which I would argue is its primary goal.
That is true. But you're still over budget.
Shut up!
I'm gonna be the
executive at the top you're right. No, you're right.
That's
you're
a good
right.
sad. That's a good sob story, Mike.
It's a good.
But you spent too much money.
I have. No,
you're fired.
Now you sound like my wife. Jesus.
Nigel, we appreciate it. We had to come up with some interesting topics and a lot of stuff, but we pulled through.
We made it through the wilderness. Somehow we made it through.
Yeah. So we get to look forward to the next 50 episodes now. So hopefully by the time we do 50 more episodes, we have a new Anakin. I'm just going to say that.
Cross our fingers. I mean, honestly, we got some stuff today that I didn't expect. So we'll get to it.
50 episodes to get the Droideka and Super Battle Droid.
That's...
announced, but
we'll talk about it more. But don't ruin it. Don't ruin the surprise.
Oh, okay. Yeah, nobody
knows. People go into this because they don't know, and they're like, they come to us primarily for their news. I don't want to ruin it. Spoiler alert.
So let's get into.
Yeah.
I know this is I know you want to do.
I want to talk about this. I want to talk about this so bad.
All right. The rant is open for Mike here.
Okay. So there has been some controversy, and it's not just been one person, because usually when I tell a rant story or like, hey, this happened to me, it's like one specific interaction I had with one person. But I've seen this many times from many different people. There is controversy on the Luke Skywalker card for the Return of the Jedi, the final duel Luke. I've seen many people complain that he should have come with a cloak because, and their primary reasoning is because there's a robe on the card. And while on some level I understand where you're coming from with that, and on another level, go ahead.
If you're a casual collector,
yes,
I would understand looking at it and saying, "Oh, shouldn't he come with a cloak?" But when you actually dive in, like Mike's trying to explain, you'll realize he shouldn't.
Well, also, like I would always want more accessories. Like, you know, if Hasbro put a cloak in there, I wouldn't be like, well, that one shouldn't have one. You know, like I wouldn't be mad about it. But what I am saying is I understand that he doesn't, and this is why. Number one, the card backs for the 40th anniversary figures are homages to the card backs alone. They're not figure homages. So Hasbro does both. They do these 40th lines where they're just putting a Black Series figure on whatever card that a figure like that kind of used back in the 80s. And that's it. But then they also do figures where they make the figure look like the original figure. Like the Akbar was the most recent one where they painted it to look like the original toy. And he came with the baton that the original toy came with, because that was a figure homage instead of just a card homage.
And then they did it with that Obi-Wan right there.
Correct.
With the dress and the weird, Kenner shoulder thing.
Yeah, and that's the one I usually use because they've done both. They released the Obi-Wan as part of the 40th anniversary of A New Hope back in 2017, but then 2 years ago, or was it 2021? Yeah, so 2 years ago, they released that Kenner Obi-Wan where it was on that same card back, but then they painted the figure to look like the original figure did with the vinyl cape and the weird looking lightsaber. The green colored Greedo. There was one for Jawa. Jawa. What else was there? There was Forlom and Zuckuss, and then they swapped their names because again the original card had swapped names. Mm-hmm. Obviously there was the Boba Fett, which was the first one that they've done. So they've done some that are Kenner homages for the figure. This is not that. This Luke Skywalker is just a Black Series Luke Skywalker. Yeah, specifically from the last duel at the end of the movie, where he didn't have the cape, he didn't have the robe, and it would be wrong if he came with it because that one never had one. He just never had a robe like that, looking like that. And if he's not a Jabba the Hutt one, because the Jabba the Hutt one had the vest. So again, I get where you're coming from, but it's also. It's not Hasbro being like, Hasbro's just being lazy or whatever. Like, no, that's what they're going for. Everything's okay. And also, it's just a toy. It's just a card back. Calm down. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, like part of me is like just wants to know the people who are mad about it. Why is it that big of a deal? Like, it's like it's just insane how mad they are.
It's weird. It's so weird.
That much.
And again, it's not just one person. It's not like we're talking about one person and like we're just being sneaky and not using their name or whatever. I've seen it multiple times. It's like a common talking point.
I've seen you comment it on like
Facebook,
a couple different Facebook posts, and and then there was one specific person.
There was one specific person, but
we'll let that show talk about that on Sunday. I don't know.
There was almost some real controversy with this figure though. Because you noticed it. You want to talk about what you noticed? You want to talk about your story?
Yes. That's one of the things I forgot to grab a picture of. But So I noticed that they changed the render to whenever the product is revealed. They changed the front, or the swappable
chest piece. Yeah.
They hid it behind Luke, and then for a minute there, we were like, "Come on now!"
Like we thought they got rid of it. We're like, did they get rid of it? Because that's like a big piece. That's like half the draw. Like the original figure from 2014 had that. I was looking forward to getting a direct upgrade with a swappable piece. I was gonna make a whole video on it. That was like half the fun of the figures, being able to swap the chest out. And if they got rid of that, I was gonna be really disappointed in Hasbro.
Like I would understand if Hasbro wanted to release 2 versions.
Sure.
But if you're going to release 2 versions, you have to show us in advance.
No, I'd actually be mad about that too, but whatever.
No,
it's fine.
I would be 100% mad if they released a flapped version
and then
as an exclusive or something, and then an unflapped version. Yeah. But I would understand why they would do it to maximize the money, because people would buy it.
Yeah.
What would be very tarnishing to, I guess, their reputation would be showing us you're getting the swap, and then out of nowhere we see it and it's not there. But fortunately, they just moved it from the render to put it behind him, which I think makes the card look cleaner.
It does, and they 100% did it for visuals. Yeah, they did it for visuals. I'm just glad they did it. They didn't get rid of it. It's there. It's behind the figure. But there was a good 10 minutes before when you first noticed, and then when you got that side picture, to where I was like, no,
I know.
No.
Because also that guy didn't post pictures with both of them at first.
Right.
So it was like, is it not included? Then he finally.
Yeah.
And I have those pictures in our slideshow, which we'll get into here in a couple minutes.
All right. Good.
So we can go over it then too. So before we dive into news, let's plug the Patreon real fast. If you want to join Patreon, we have 4 tiers. The $2 tier is just a general support tier. $5 tier, which gets you access to the YouTube video. And $11.38 tier, which gets you access to join us live. So if you enjoy joining us live this time, consider signing up for that tier of Patreon. And we have a $25 VIP tier, which we have 2 members of, and you get to participate in the VIP monthly show. And if we get a lot of those, we'll probably split it up into multiple, or we'll think about that. But right now
we'll think of something.
Yeah, we have 2 VIP members, so we're going to try to do our next VIP show in early August. For that show, they are the runners of the show, and me and Mike are the guests. We'll let you know when that happens, but if you want more Black Series content, and that's available for all Patreon members, those shows are. So you can sign up for the $2 tier and get those shows every month. You can also listen back to the ones that Will Bond, myself, and Mike have done.
Yep.
And it's great. It's great extra content whenever you don't have anything to listen to. So we would appreciate it. And we have a new mug, or a new glass cup. So go purchase it.
Cool. Well, that's the boring start of the way. Let's get into some news.
Let's do it.
Newsies.
So PulseCon will be Friday, September 22nd, and they'll stream it at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Currently, that is on like a week that we're not streaming, so I imagine that we'll
probably have to adjust some things for sure.
We'll have to adjust kind of how we did this, where we're doing back-to-back weeks. So if you love back-to-back weeks with Black Series Cantina, we'll probably be doing it again for PulseCon. So that'll be cool. And then Selfie Series 2.0. I called this.
You did? Well, we all knew it. We all knew
it happened.
Yeah.
But I just knew if I waited and didn't buy the original, they would eventually come out. I thought it'd be longer. I didn't know it was going to be this soon. Yeah,
it's only been a year since Selfie Series first kind of got announced and stuff. So yeah, I was talking with friend of the show, Ken Plume. It was at the beginning of this month, so it was a couple weeks ago, and we did I did a 6-hour show on his channel. If you want some content, go check out Ken Plume's channel. He just had a voice actor from Venture Brothers as a guest. He's had Bobby Moynihan as a guest. He's had Steve Evans. He's got Steve Evans coming up again, but he's had him before. He's had Paul Sun Hyung Lee, Carson Teva on his channel. Like he's got some cool people on his channel, but he's also a really cool guy in general. But when we were talking about it, what he said was, it's really crappy that Hasbro released a beta as a product and then released the final version as a 2.0. And that just rang so true to me, that like this is what the final thing should have been, but they released it early last year when it was clearly not ready to go. Like it's clearly not a good final product, but they released it anyway for some reason.
It's like some of those video games where they release half-finished games and then they make
and a DLC. Yes, this is like DLC, but instead of just if I could just buy a head with glasses and a beard, I don't need a new body. I can just swap the body myself or whatever. But you have to buy the whole game over again with the DLC attached. Yeah.
And so the good news is it's going to come with glasses, sculpted beards, a lot more hairstyles. But I have to say, I'm going to be in on it, but I am very disappointed. It's just the same old bodies.
Yeah, there's no new bodies.
You get the Hoth Leia, you get the old Mandalorian, you get the old body Stormtrooper, which is ridiculous. You get the X-Wing body.
Yep.
It should be the new Stormtrooper at least, and a Jedi.
Yeah,
Why
like
can't we
what?
be a
Yeah.
Jedi?
So and this is another thing that he and I talked about, and he came to the conclusion that all the people that you have, they don't show any skin, like everyone's wearing gloves or something like that. So if you're a person of color or whatever, like they don't have to change anything but the head. So like the hands don't show color, the legs. So they have to use bodies that don't have any of that.
That makes sense.
Yeah. It rings true to me, I guess.
So they're gonna put me on a Dark Trooper head?
Do it. Yeah, like they should give us more options for sure. Like I want a deluxe. Like put me on Paz Vizsla's body. I want to be on Paz Vizsla's body, Put my head on there and I would pay the extra $10 or whatever it costs for the deluxe version.
Well, what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna pop my head off and make me a modal node. I'm gonna be jamming with the modal nodes on mine.
That's actually even better. I don't know why I didn't think about that myself.
So what me and Mike decided what we're gonna do, I think, we're each gonna buy 2 of them, and then we're gonna use the Patreon funds to cover this because it will be expensive. It's the one thing that we're.
Hold on, why are we both buying 2 of them?
We talked about this. So we each have the Cantina. So you send me your head, and I send you mine.
Right.
And then I'm going to 3D print something that hopefully Lance Peter Luke designs a podcast stage. I got to 3D print something for us to be sitting at with our modal nodes. Like, I'm going to put us right next to the modal nodes.
I wasn't on board for 2. I was like, yeah, we could buy 1, but like, I don't know. We have to save money for Japan, man.
I think it's a great idea.
We have to save money for Japan.
That is true. So hopefully,
we'll see. We'll talk about it. That's an offline discussion.
I want at least myself with the modal nodes. I think that'd be sick.
Oh, for sure.
On a Stormtrooper body, chilling with the
Yeah. But I'm just happy for glasses and beards because, like, other than my bald head, those are the 2 distinguishing features of my face. Because I did get a selfie series figure, and it looks nothing like me. Like it just does not look like me.
It wasn't great from a certain point of view. It was okay. Like at some angles, it kind of looked like you, but kind of didn't.
Well, what's also funny about it is I had COVID when I did it. So it's like I've got me with COVID like immortalized in plastic.
That's awesome.
They didn't say when 2.0 will launch that I know of. I know they're doing a special thing for Comic-Con. I'm guessing that just like last year, it's going to launch at PulseCon because that's when the first one launched last year.
Yeah, and if you do it at Comic-Con now, you get an exclusive box and a base.
Yeah,
from
that's
the brand
true.
That you pick,
yeah, that's
really
true.
Cool.
Yeah.
I just really wish they would update the bodies too. Maybe
3.0
next year.
Yeah.
Maybe modern bodies or something.
Better bodies, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, who knows? But I'm ready to start this.
Yeah, let's get into the slideshow. We got a lot of stuff to talk about.
So hopefully this works.
Yeah.
So this is the cover that Lane Speeder Luke designed for us, little logo. So I decided to use that.
I love it. Thanks, Luke.
So the first thing we're going to chat about is the Hot Toys Anakin Skywalker. I went kind of hard on this slideshow.
You did. I can see.
This took hours. This took hours, I'm going to say. Most of my work day today was doing this slideshow and not getting work.
So you're not working? Yeah. You're working at your other job?
Yeah. So this looks like the best figure I've ever seen, right? Like just
it does. These promo pictures don't look like a figure. They look like a person.
Yeah, people were putting this next to like screenshots from the movie.
Yeah.
And it's flawless. Like if they could guarantee this is what you get, I would be in so easily.
This looks like more like Hayden Christensen than Hayden Christensen looks like Hayden Christensen.
I agree. Yeah, this is like on point. But this is what and it is tragic.
He just needs a comb. He just needs a comb. That's all he needs. He needs a good comb. So this is basically a Barbie is what it is.
Yeah. But like if this this is what was on display, like they showed like Hot Toys Sideshow displayed. Yeah. And if this is what they had, what they send to the mass public is probably going to be worse than this.
Yeah.
Like
so the second picture, the bigger one in the back, that one's just got really bad lighting. Like that one is just a bad picture in general. But the one on the left here, like that still isn't great. It's not as bad, but it still isn't great.
Yeah, I still might be in because you can just pull the hood over,
Yeah.
But I might wait.
It's cheaper than buying the old one on the aftermarket because that guy goes for a lot.
I regret not buying the old one. I almost pulled the trigger on the exclusive one that had the dark head too.
Yeah. With the little lava droid thing that he's standing on. Yeah.
But so
it's an Oppenheimer. Sure, fine. It's an Aniheimer.
Yeah, Aniheimer. So I think I might hold off, but if they do release another one with Sith eyes, I might get it and then just cover all that hair with the hood. And then
maybe he comes with Sith eyes.
He might. I don't know. We'll have to see when it goes up for order. But if this is what you got, that would be fabulous. I just think they should have made a better version of the old one. Like the old one was fabulous.
He definitely has posable eyes. I've got 2 figures from Hot Toys that have posable eyes.
How does that work? How do you have to do the eye, or is there
when you take the head off, there's a little tool it comes with where you manipulate the eye from the back.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So, Mike, you're a hard no on this one, right?
Oh yeah, I don't care about this at all. Yeah, I have Hot Toys Darth Vader from Kenobi on order, and I have no plans of buying any more Hot Toys after that. I just really wanted a Darth Vader because I love Darth Vader as a character, and I have a little Darth Vader shrine in my corner over here where I have like the hyper real. I've got a Black Series Vader. That's where my Kenobi Black Series Vader is. I've got I have a TVC Vader. The one TVC I bought is the Vader, and it's over there. So I have like a little Vader, and the Hot Toys one's gonna be over there with them. It's kind of be a little Vader shrine.
Yeah, I just paid the second payment for that Kenobi Vader.
Me too. Yeah, me too. Yeah.
All right, so moving on. So Krauser IIHK on IG had these Return of the Jedi 40th figures in hand. So we can see the scale of the new R2, which is beautiful, right up above the hip.
That R2 looks so good. He looks perfect.
Yeah, literally perfect. Couldn't be better.
Well, that's not true. So what do you think of the blue? A lot of people are saying that the blue is too bright. It's not dark enough. Yeah.
Well, I feel like in the prequels he was kind of brighter.
I kind of agree with that. Yeah.
He could be a little darker, but at the same time, and I feel like a hypocrite because when I talk about the 501st, I'm like, it needs to be this specific blue from this scene and this game cover and this. But with R2, I'm just like, he was like colored black in a shot. You know?
Yeah. Well, yeah, when they did space because they couldn't do the blue screen. Yeah, so he was black in a couple shots. But what if they switched this blue with the Apo blue? Like,
well, that would be too. Oh,
yeah, the draft neck is my favorite part about this because it stores all of his accessories. Like, that's brilliant.
Yeah. Yeah, like look, this is so good. But yeah, the blue could be a little darker, but I'm still fine with it because in my head canon, like or memory, this is just what R2 looks like.
It's what R2 looks like, yeah, for sure.
And the Clone Wars
is
really bright too, and
that, I also and then so we know like this is from Return of the Jedi because it's on a Return of the Jedi box, but there's another. Well, we'll get into that when we get into it, but we'll talk about that when we get into that. So for sure.
And then here's the Luke. So it does come with right here. You see both options, which is good.
Hold on, I've got the Book of Boba Fett Luke. I think I like the Book of Boba Fett Luke head better than I like.
Really?
I think so.
See, it's from the pictures I've seen. I like this one better. It just looks a little.
Yeah, it's really hard to say until I get it in hand in person.
Yeah.
It's really hard to say.
But this is a great picture. The shot on the right, up close, and it got some.
Yeah.
The flap looks really. It looks like kind of leathery.
It looks good. Yeah, I love that he still has the butterfly joints.
Yep, you see those.
Yeah, this is a good figure.
Is nice.
Yep.
No cloak, which is perfectly fine because it's a dual. The dual, you know.
He doesn't have a cloak in that. Yeah.
And
look at this.
What is going on with this head?
It could be the lighting. It could be the camera.
But also on like the display photos at SDCC, like it's got. Yeah. It's pretty fleshy. Like it looks good. It's just. Yeah. The color is a little off from what.
What you do is just send it to Lance Peter Luke. He'll.
That is true.
He'll just repaint it. That's right. Yeah, him or Frederick, they'll paint it. You'll get a great looking one.
But I am still excited for this.
You know what I don't like about this, though?
Shoot.
He's missing the chain.
The chain is big.
He's missing
Jedi, he needs the chain.
He's missing the chain. And the original one from way back in 2014 had one.
Would you consider buying a custom one with the chain?
No, I don't care enough.
Honestly, we could just use the old one.
Yeah, so I was actually thinking right now is I'll just pop the cape off and use the old one. Yeah.
Cape.
But yeah, I was gonna say one of the problems with that Vader is the cape was way too big, so maybe not.
You can like kind of fold it back though a couple times and hide it a little.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
it might be worth it for the chain.
We'll see.
But all right, here is some. I put together some pictures of figures on display at San Diego Comic-Con. This picture is from Lance Peter Luke, the one he sent us earlier.
What a cool guy.
Right? Yeah. What a cool guy. So this is from Toy Shiz. Look at this bad boy.
I'm so excited for this figure. So I keep going back and forth between am I more excited for R2 or this? And right now I think I'm more excited for this.
Yeah, so this is the Darth Malgus picture that we're talking about. And he's a beefy boy. He's huge. Look how big that lightsaber is.
He looks so good. Oh my goodness. He's just so thick.
He looks like he's going to be a contender for the best Black Series figure of all time.
Of all time, absolutely.
Just look at the details, like on the paint on his wrist. Like they got those red buttons and those other buttons, and
just the way the hood is laying down looks so good.
It looks like it fits appropriately.
Right.
And he's got the silver all over him and the red, details throughout.
Yep. And that mask is removable. Like
the mask.
Yeah.
Yeah, this figure looks almost perfect.
This figure gives me all hot and bothered.
Oh, yeah. This is probably my most look forward to.
Yeah.
Well, it's like top 2 or 3 at worst. Most look forward to figures right now. So I didn't pick. I didn't actually
that we
pick
hold on.
figure.
That we've seen.
That we've seen.
That we've seen.
That we've seen.
Yeah.
I didn't pick every figure to get a picture of. I just picked the ones that were kind of.
Sure. Yeah.
Really cool. So we have this beauty. It's the battle damaged Darth Vader from the Kenobi show.
Hold on. Pizza the Hut 20. I got the vapors. I do have the vapors.
The vapors.
But the vapors. Yeah. This Darth Vader, the Kenobi battle damaged one, I think might be the best Darth Vader that they've made, visually speaking.
Oh yeah, it's got a whole head sculpt popping out. Like,
yeah,
it is absolutely absurd. Whoever posed him though,
it's weird.
He looks like he's trying to push out a fart.
He's taking a dump.
Yeah, this is probably a top 10 worst pose you could have Vader in. And
it's
this
true.
is what they chose.
No, you know what it looks like? Just if Goku were in that, he'd just look like he was powering up. So that's what Vader's doing, is he's trying to go Super Vader 2.
Yeah, and this photo is from Crimson Dawn Collectibles, so shout out, and I thought it was amazing, so I had to squeeze it in there. You get a really good look at Anakin with the eye right there.
Though that eye is just a work of art, absolutely.
Yeah. And the pre-order sold out on these. I think it's funny. I think you might be able to see it in this picture. Yeah, they got the pre-order now and then the QR code, but the pre-order's been sold out for like 2 weeks now. So.
Whoops.
Way to go, Hasbro.
Uh-oh.
And these pictures are from Forlom to Zuckus, so shout out. Next up, we got another photo from Crimson Dawn Collectibles, the Force Unleashed 3-pack. A great shot of all those effects he comes with.
Still excited for it. Still just as excited for it last week as I am this week.
Oh yeah, and then I got some closer shots here of the head, and I love the blood battle damage a little. Like that's a detail they didn't have to do, but they went above and beyond with that.
Yeah. Which head are you going to use for display?
I think it's got to be the Screaming one. I think it looks
for sure. Yeah, the Screaming one's the best one. Yeah.
It's just like synonymous with this character too.
Yeah.
I feel like I've only seen him screaming.
The Screaming one or the regular one? I don't like the weirdly smirking one.
Yeah, that one's not good at all. It looks like
it's not a good head. It doesn't even look like the same character.
No, it looks like totally different. It looks like one of those. I can't think of what they are. I'll think of it. Like it looks like one of the Three Stooges or something.
It kind of does. Was it Shep? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know the names, but it looks like one of them.
It does look like Shep. No, it does. Who is this picture by?
This one's by Crimson Dawn Collectibles.
Is it? Because it says on the... Oh, I meant the one on the right.
So yeah, there's two of them. The one on the left is from Crimson Dawn Collectibles, and the heads are from Forlom to Zuckus.
Oh, that sounds like a cool guy. Maybe we should have him on the podcast sometime.
I think we should have him on. Actually, you want to just go and confirm it. Tease the next show.
Oh, okay. Our next show is going to have from Forlom to Zuckus on it because he's a cool guy and we're friends. We can he wants to be on, and we're going to let him be on.
And we'll dive more into the ghost for that.
Yeah.
And then we have
this is
a great shot of the new
This
Darth
is another
Maul coming out.
Yeah. This Darth Maul, the gamer greats Darth Maul, is one of the ones I'm looking forward to the most as well. I like that head sculpt. I like the body. I love all of it.
The grin he's given is like so Darth Maul. It's just so
perfect. I feel like every time they come out with a new Darth Maul, I'm like, that's the best Darth Maul head sculpt. Until the next one comes out. Yeah. And like, that's the best Darth Maul head sculpt. And then the next one comes out. That's the best Darth Maul head sculpt.
And they've been killing Darth Mauls too. Like
for sure. The Clone Wars.
Amazing.
Yep. Well, yeah, even like the Sith Apprentice one that came out in the comic line, like that one was good. And then the Clone Wars one is better. And I think this one, honestly, might be the best.
It could be up there. It could be up there for sure. I still think the details on the Clone Wars one on that or that belt might push it over the top with the colors that it has. But this is the most afraid I am of not getting a figure that I've been in a long time. Because I didn't slap a pre-order on this one because of the cost after shipping. So I'm going to have to find it in the store, which is making me really nervous. So maybe I should just slap the pre-order on it and pay the ultimate price for it, and then just cancel it if I'm able to find it in store. I don't know, but it's making me really nervous since you couldn't pre-order this in the store either.
So eventually you could. It just took them a little while to get it in the system for whatever reason.
So you can pre-order this one in store now?
As far as I know, you can. I don't know if they turned it off, but like I went in like a week later and she could find it in the system to pre-order.
Okay,
it
so
was
I might
weird.
do that
Yeah.
then because
Yeah.
yeah, Adam, pre-orders did open up for this quite
Yeah.
a while ago. But if
Yeah.
you pre-order 2 of them, you still don't get free shipping because have GameStop.
Yeah, because they changed it.
They
Yeah.
upped their minimum order
Yeah.
for free shipping. So
Now you have to order 3, and like, who wants to do that?
exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
That's just because you could always just get one and then find a friend who
Right.
needs it,
Oh yeah, absolutely.
or
Yeah.
do like a giveaway. But like now,
Like if you
gotta
lived,
offload 2 of
if
them.
you lived close to me, I would just order 2 and just give you the other one. But
Yeah.
having to mail it to you just kind of it defeats the purpose of ordering. Yeah.
Yeah, I did that with I bought the Doc Onder from Luke, and I waited on that one because I was like, I don't really want to pay the shipping for it. And then by the time I got it from Luke, because I think I'm not sure if you can order it now. I was like, I'm fine with paying like the shipping price and all that for it. So sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do. Next up, we got a great shot of the Magna Guard from Crimson Dawn Collectibles. This guy looks absolutely fantastic. Hopefully, he's sturdy because we know how they have issues with skinny droid
It's
legs.
true. It's true. So again, his hands are articulated. You can see it right there.
It looks like they should be, but we're not 100% sure yet.
I'm pretty sure that's a hinge right on the
It
hand
looks
that
like
he
a
has
hand
holding
right
up.
here.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
On his thumb and his index finger.
We'll have to ask Luke to give us a close up.
Yeah. Like just zoom in on the hand only, and then compare it to the promo shots to see
Yeah.
what position they're in.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
But
another figure. I'm
I
really
think
looking forward to.
I ordered a second one of this one while we were recording an episode of the podcast talking about it
think
when
so.
they announced it. So I've got 2 of these bad boys coming because, of course, you got to. Look how good that looks. The weathering, the detailing. That is a good-looking figure. Magna Droid.
This is one of those figures that I want, like clones.
Yeah.
Just give me all
Yeah.
the repaints of it.
Yeah, for sure.
Give me that dark gray.
Gaming
blue
greats,
one.
whatever. Yeah, because this is Clone Wars, right?
This is Clone Wars, but this one also shows up in Revenge of the Sith as well.
Right. Well, I'm saying give us a Revenge
But
of the
this
Sith
is
version.
Clone Wars specific.
Give us a Clone Wars version. Give us the Gaming Greats version. I'll buy them all. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, the Fallen or Survivor, Fallen Order.
Yeah, the
whatever
Jedi Survivor. Yeah.
All those games. That old Revenge of the Sith game from 2005. I forget if they
Sure.
changed the color in there.
No, I don't care. Just label it as that. It'll give me a reason to buy another one, honestly.
So this is a picture from Landspeeder Luke. Nobody else really took a good picture of the Clone Wars Ahsoka. So
They
I was like,
tried.
Luke, you have to please. I had a blurry photo on here. I was like,
Yeah.
Luke, please send me an HD photo of Ahsoka. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to this Ahsoka. Like the colors, look how good the colors pop on this figure. It is.
Yeah.
It looks amazing.
This is going to be probably the best Ahsoka they made.
It could be. It very well could be. Look how vibrant those saber colors are.
Yeah. Oh, it looks so good.
Those
yeah.
greens are phenomenal.
Yeah. This is probably her best outfit, or at least my favorite outfit of hers. I like the season 7 outfit, but I think I like this one a little bit better. And I'm not a big fan of the first season or two.
With the ones that show too much skin.
And she's like an 11-year-old girl, and she's wearing a crop top and stuff. I'm like, I don't want to.
Somebody call the cops on Wilbon. Somebody call the cops on Wilbon. But yeah, this is probably the outfit when you think of Ahsoka.
Oh yeah,
season.
Yep.
The season 7 one is phenomenal.
It's just so recent. This was Ahsoka for years. For years, this was Ahsoka. Yeah.
Yeah. Now Pizza Hut. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
I do like Rebels Ahsoka. That's true.
We got to call the cops on Wilbon.
Yeah.
And then, Pizza Hut.
Yeah.
As far as costume. All right, next. Another beautiful picture of Landspeeder Luke.
Here's my boy.
We have Kersantin, and then I snuck in the picture of the Tusken the Tusken chieftain in the back there. Yeah, this guy. Who are you looking forward to more, this Kersantin or the Darth Malgus?
Darth Malgus.
Malgus, he overtook him.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm excited for this Kersantin for sure, but Darth Malgus is so it's just cooler.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
The saber being a 6-inch figure size.
Yeah. I think my problem with this Black Kersantin is, as much as I like him, I'm a little worried about his posability, and I'm a little bummed that I feel like he should come with like extra hands and stuff. Like I don't think he's gonna be as good as I want him to be still, but I'm happy that we're getting the look in a new like Wookiee body.
I feel like it's gonna be a great figure, but it would have been better if both TVC versions didn't slap as hard as they did.
That's the problem. And what Degenerate JP just said that too, where the TVC, I was just at the Vault, which is the Hasbro Pulse store here in San Diego, that you don't have to go to Comic-Con to go to. So I walked in, and they had the TVC Black Chrysanthemum on display with all of his accessories and stuff. And it looks good for being, you know, a Happy Meal toy. Mm-hmm. And all the accessories he comes with are just incredible. He comes with swords. He comes with like a bunch of guns. He comes with just so much stuff. And then this $30 figure, $35 figure or whatever comes with a blaster, and that's it. He needs alternate hands with fists that have the electricity coming off of it, because he has the knuckle dusters sculpted in his regular hands there, but like he needs them to be in fists, and he needs the electricity to be on. And if they had just included just that, to where you could just have him, it would have elevated it to be maybe figure of the year. But knowing that it doesn't have that kind of kills it a little bit for me.
Yeah, and the fact that they made this, it's a deluxe price point, $33.99. But like they have the Luke and Grogu pack at $44.99. Is that correct? If
$44.99, yeah.
$44.99. If they could have just thrown in a couple more accessories, I happily would have paid.
I would have paid $40. Stuff. Yes, absolutely. It would have easily paid $45 for more accessories. Yep.
And they just didn't. I am kind of worried though. Like if we get this figure and the hands pop off easily, that means they're gonna re-release it with all that.
No, you're gonna be pissed. No, the only way I'd be okay with that is if they did what they're doing with Wrecker, where he was a deluxe figure when he first came out, but then they're re-releasing him and he's not deluxe anymore for some reason, even though he has more paint on him.
Yeah, but if he comes with a lot more accessories, or an accessory we want, then maybe they still will. But,
I don't know. We'll see. Yeah.
So that's all I had for like this specific section.
Yeah.
But now let's talk about some AliExpress Veals Toy Store clones.
You mean customs?
Customs. Yes, customs.
They're customs.
I'm getting some PTSD right now.
That's right.
So we have Tup and Dogma.
Oh,
let's freaking go.
I pre-ordered these. I love the Umbara arc so much. And I'm like, Tup and Dogma? Yes, please. I'm in.
I went with just Dogma on these two.
Yeah.
I'll eventually get Tup, but at the same time, I don't really want to spend more than like $40 random on.
No, I get that. Yeah,
clones.
Sure.
So I've limited myself to 2, and then in another month, I'll probably do the same thing I did with
like 2 a month, where you're just like every month you're just ordering 2 more. Yeah.
I did the same thing with Hardcase, where I kind of waited because I ordered 2 other ones, and I was like, I'm just gonna wait on Hardcase a little bit. So I did get Dogma. But these 2 are fabulous. Like the paint looks very good. I don't have any other pictures of these 2, but we also have the 91st Reconnaissance Corps ARF Troopers, which is sick. And I realized this one with the 4 blue stripes is technically Razor from the Clone Wars. So he's technically a named character. They just didn't paint the nose. He has a green nose, like the top of it is green also. And then there's an episode on Ryloth where it's Razor and what's his name? Spack or something. Stack. Razor and Stack. And they fight off those droid commandos, and they win, which is pretty insane. But Stack has 2 blue marks and Razor has 4. So they can really just be Razor, Stack, whoever you want.
Yeah, I mean, they're clones.
They're
Call
clones.
them whatever you want.
They're all the same. But I pre-ordered the one that comes with the pauldron because for a couple dollars more, I'd rather just put the pauldron. If I don't want to use it on this one, I can just have it for extra. I can paint that white and other colors.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is like just absolutely insane. Veals Toy Store is coming through with these customs, which is crazy.
Yeah, as soon as I saw those were named, because I kind of like getting the named characters. Like I don't like getting the generic clones for some reason. But if it's a named character, I'm like, okay. Because I don't think I say that I don't think Hasbro's ever going to do it, and here they are. They like did Oppo. So I don't know. I don't even know anymore. I don't know. I have no idea what I'm talking about. Don't listen to me.
It's just confusing, but I kind of like getting the ones that are the more generic ones because they're just random clones. I can just kind of put them anywhere on the shelf.
Right.
Like if they're like specifically tagged as like Dogma, Waxer, Boyle, they're kind of specifically like.
And I've gotten all those so far. Like I got Jesse, I got Hardcase,
I've gotten them too. So I like them. Oh, look at this, Obi-Shan.
Obi-Shan, you won.
You won the giveaway. You get the first pick.
That's right.
So let's show him his options.
Obi-Shan, you get pick of either this cool Qui-Gon or Zach's cool Elite Trooper. So let us know which one you want, and then we'll give the other one to the other person. Is it Tom? I think it's Tom.
Yeah, it was Tom.
Tom Hill. Yeah.
Yeah, congrats, Obi-Shan.
Yeah.
Next time you're down near Fort Knox, we'll try to meet in Louisville. But yeah, this is like, and it seems like Veal's Toy Store is releasing stuff every 3 weeks.
Yeah, they're just pumping stuff out. Now, well, to be fair, they're just repainting the same figure over and over and over again. Like
Which is
if if Hasbro did this, people would be like, "Oh, they're just putting out the same figure. It's just repaints. It's just repacks." Like people would still complain about it, but Veal's Toy Store does it, and it's fine. But to be fair, these figures are also only $18 a piece with free shipping, so
and
it's not the same.
And you know that like whenever something's announced, it's taking up the spot. There's only a certain amount they can.
There's only so many things. Yeah, exactly.
So once you get a lot of this, they kind of your spots are running out to squeeze stuff in. So
I get it. I'm just joking.
I'm totally fine with let Hasbro do all those new molds. Let Veal's Toy Store make all these clone customs.
Yeah, just don't cross the streams. Bendejo says Veal's is Camino, or they're just pumping out clones.
Eventually it's going to get to the point where it's like, I have too many clones. I don't know what to do.
I got that way with Stormtroopers. We talked about the last episode. We're like, I have to start culling Stormtroopers off my shelves because I have too many Stormtroopers.
Yeah, it's gonna. I really hope they dive into like the other clones, like the the Wolf Pack, like on the regular.
That's the big one that they're missing for sure is the Wolf Pack.
And the Airborne Troopers
and the Airborne Troopers. Yep, that's also true.
Keep them coming, Veal's Toy Store. If you're listening, keep them coming.
Friend of the show. Not really. Oh, are we talking about this? Are we talking about this?
Here we go, baby.
Are you bringing this to me?
Hey, do we have the audio clip? Can we play that live?
No, I got it.
All right, everybody. We made a special audio clip for this figure, and we're going to play it for you once Mike is ready.
I got it.
All right, Mike, go.
One small step backwards for Black Series, and one giant leap backwards for Collector Kind. Hasbro, we have a problem.
That's so good. That is phenomenal.
That was my voice. I did that.
That is absolutely phenomenal.
Just put a bunch of filters over it.
So the reason we made that, I asked Mike to make that.
You did.
Because this pre-Vizsla is on the old Jango Fett body.
So yesterday at the Hasbro breakfast, Hasbro showed off a brand new figure that was in the pipeline that we all wanted, pre-Vizsla. We have pre-Vizsla, then we have Vizsla, and then we have post-Vizsla. So we're in pre-Vizsla, and they went ahead and they put Johnny Sin's head on Jango Fett's body.
It's ruined for me. The figure is ruined. They put Johnny Sins on here. I
just can't believe in 2023 the year of our Lord Common Era 2023, when they have had a perfectly good Black Series Death Watch Commando body and have been using it liberally since they created it in 2020, was it 2021, 2022? Anyway, it's been a while. They put this, which is one of my favorite characters, to Doctor, Teacher, Plumber, Mandalorian, but they put him on the worst. I would argue one of the absolute worst bodies that they have ever made in the line. Like I could do a video on like the worst reused bodies that Hasbro's used multiple times, and this might be number one.
It's definitely up there. It is tragic. Like they had so many other choices they could have done.
Well, they have one really easy one they could have done. And you know what? I've seen a lot of people be excited about this because they just really like they don't care what body it's on. They just really like pre-Vizsla. They're excited for pre-Vizsla. And I don't want to take that away. What I am is just very disappointed that I can't also share in that joy just because I know how terrible this body is. And Zach just went to the next slide, which shows off the Death Watch Mandalorian body they're using for the upcoming Mandalorian. Was it Commander? Like he doesn't have a name. Yeah, Fleet Commander. Yeah. That body could have easily worked. You put pre-Vizsla's, you put Johnny Sin's head on there, would have been fine. It's got modern engineering. It's got a great range of movement. But even if you go back and look at those pre-Vizsla pictures, you can even tell like those poses they have are awful.
Are so limited.
They're so bad because they're just not dynamic because the figure has no posability. It's got a weird.
Even the picture of him on display.
Yeah,
he's just standing there like a traffic cone.
Yes,
they didn't even try.
No, because it's a bad body. It's got a bad center of gravity. So it's not even that it's got like old articulation, which it does. It's lacking the butterfly joints. It's got a really bad range of movement on the shoulders. The legs are terrible. Yes.
Where you can't stand them.
The feet are too small and they're kind of shaped like a rocking chair where they want to rock back and forth. It's just it's such a bad decision that I sat there yesterday trying to figure out why. And I don't want to take away, there are good things about this. Like the head does look pretty good. The helmet.
For me though, I saw that Reddit comment. Somebody said,
yeah, no, yeah.
I was like, it's ruined for me.
The helmet looks good. The backpack looks good. The paint on this looks good. This is modeled off as season 5 look. So he doesn't have the cloak like he does in season 1. He's got the same helmet from season 5. I was trying to figure out why they would go back and use this, and the only thing I can think of is that they've had this locked and loaded, already made, like sitting in files or whatever for a long time before they had that Death Watch Commando ready to go. And that's the only reason I could think that, or I've seen some people argue that they wanted this to match the Death Watch Loyalist or whatever, and
the Mandalorian,
and the other one, which I get, but
crappy reason.
It's a bad reason. Yeah, it's a bad reason.
It's a bad reason because
it's a bad reason.
They're on the record in Q&A saying that we're using the same blue going forward for 501st, and then they changed the blue. Like
that's the other. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
We have clones that look nothing like each other, but you're gonna reuse a super prehistoric Mandalorian body for pre-Vizsla whenever we have a perfect new one that they could have used and just done a little bit different tooling, like a new shoulder pad and belt, and that's like it.
Yeah. Well, I just know that there are gonna be people that are excited for this, and they don't know, and they don't have the old, like they don't have Jango Fett, they don't have the other, because the other Mandalorians are super hard to get, and they're going to get this, and they're gonna be so disappointed in it if they open it. If they don't open it, like if you're a non-opener, this is a perfect figure for a non-opener.
So JP, I actually confirmed I actually made a side-by-side. I wish I would have put it on the slideshow, and I sent it to our group chat. This is the old Darksaber because
it is.
I think it's got brighter paint on the white, but this is the old Darksaber because the new one that comes with Din Djarin, it has a belt hook on the bottom of it where you hook it on the belt. This one does not, so it's the old mold. It's just with updated paint.
Correct. So yeah, I just we started
Red Line 15.
15. Yep.
Ancient.
Yep. That was one of the first major Black Series reviews I ever did on my channel was the wave with, I think it came out with Luke and Han and the Finn in the Stormtrooper armor. I think those were all in the same wave. So that was a long time ago. It's a very old body. It's aged. It was, not only was it bad when it came out, even for 2016 standards, it's aged worse as it's gone on and the line has gotten better and Hasbro's been better at putting, better articulation and stuff on figures.
Yeah, this is like almost inexcusable. Can we play the clip one more time?
Oh, sure.
Let's play the clip one more time before we move on.
Okay.
Yeah, that's one small step backwards for Black Series, and one giant leap backwards for Collector Kind. Hasbro, we have a problem.
And I hate being super negative about this. I don't like being negative.
I love that so much.
You're welcome. Thank you for the idea. I really don't like being negative about this at all, but it's really hard not to be, because when they announce him as a pipeline, I'm like, yeah. And in my head, I'm like, they're going to use this body, that Death Watch Mandalorian body, and it's going to be great. Another cool Mando for my shelf. And now it's going to be a bad Mando that falls over all the time. That's what it's going to be. Yeah.
I'll send you some Lane Speeder Luke, like little stands, I think you might have a couple left over, but if you don't, I'll send you some.
Yeah.
We're going to need those for this figure for sure. But I'm still going to get it, most likely. It's very disappointing, but you got to have pre-Vizsla on the show.
That's my other problem is people are like, well, you're still going to buy it. Like they've got some kind of gotcha. Like the gotcha, you're still buying it. I'm like, yeah, but yeah, I am. I'm not saying I'm not going to buy it. I'm just disappointed in Hasbro for using it. But there's two reasons that I would buy it. Number one, you're right. Like you said, you need pre-Vizsla on your shelf if you are a collector. And you're not going to make another one. They're not going to be like, whoops, we'll make another one. Because it's not like Black Chrysanthemum where this isn't like a comic version. And they're like, oh, well, we'll make a better one based on the what you do like. They're not going to do that. But also, I'm a reviewer. And I'm going to review this. I think that this is going to be an important figure to review.
To have, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also, like this Pizza the Hut.
Yeah.
Like, if they make a new tooling for figures like this, they can make a new tooling for a pre-Vizsla that everybody's hyped for. Like, if they're gonna newly tool like a Mandalorian Fleet Commander, but you're not gonna new tool pre-Vizsla, like, come on.
Hold on, why it wouldn't? If they use the Death Watch Mando, they wouldn't need all that new stuff. They could literally use.
It's just an overlay. Like that
well,
little rubber piece. You can pop a different one on.
Well, honestly, if they had kept that same piece, it's not different enough. Like where that would matter to them, to Hasbro. They would just paint it with his paint on there. They'd paint it the right color. Like they wouldn't need.
And they call it the live action look.
Yeah. They wouldn't need to change it that much, honestly. They could just use it as is, paint it in the Death Watch pre-Vizsla colors. Like, hold on. So go. Like, they would have to change the thighs. Go back to the belt. Well, they changed the belt anyway for this. This belt isn't like any of the other belts.
A new belt.
It's already a new belt on the Fleet Commander. The chest could absolutely stay the same. The chest is
the same exact chest. Yeah.
The chest has the exact same shape. The shoulders could stay the same. The gauntlets could even stay the same.
Mm-hmm.
So the upper half doesn't have to change at all.
Yeah, then just
and
put like
I don't think
thigh pads and
I don't think the bottom half, like, just remove those thigh pads off of that figure.
Then give him the holsters that he has,
and that's it.
And we're good to go.
That's it. Like, that's not that much tooling that they would need to do to where it's a whole new figure. Those are some minor pieces.
And the unfortunate thing is, this is one of the rare Galaxy packaging figures that they didn't make a new mold of.
It's true.
For the history of the Galaxy line, what percentage of the figures are mostly brand new? It's got to be like 80%, like maybe like, because it seems like they've reserved reuse for the sidelines and then new molds for the main line in the last few years. So the fact that they didn't even do a new mold for pre-Vizsla is, it just defeats it takes away my hope that they'll ever do like a new Kenobi or Anakin, because if they've already got the mold, then they're not going to go out of the way to make a new one. Which is unfortunate, but
I guess what I'm saying is, like, if Hasbro had asked, where they're like, hey, we're gonna make a pre-Vizsla, but if we do it, it's got to be on the Jango body, I would have said I would rather not have you do a pre-Vizsla. That's what I would have said. Like, if it's gonna be on that body specifically, I would rather you wait however many years it takes for you to get the budget to give that figure the what it deserves, because they can wait, they can hold off. There's nothing that's happening right now to where they have to make a pre-Vizsla, like if it's a budget issue, wait another year or whatever until you can make this figure more of a priority than just giving it a 7-year-old mold. Like, there's nothing happening right now to where they're like, sorry, we got to get this out now, the pre-Vizsla show is starting up on Disney Plus. Like, unless for some reason pre-Vizsla is going to show up in Ahsoka, which I can guarantee he's not. He's dead.
Yeah, he ain't showing up.
He's not showing up. So there's no time limit. There's no urgency for getting him in the line. I have no problem. We've already waited this long. Wait longer. Give it what it needs to not use this body. I don't mind if he's 90% repaint. I don't mind that if he's mostly reuse of another character. I don't mind any of that. I just don't want this body.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate, but it is what it is.
It could be flashbacks. You're right, and that's the only thing that would make it where they have to get this figure out, because he's going to be relevant soon. So it could be that there's going to be a flashback, but like, what is Jon Favreau going to voice him again? We got another Jon Favreau figure.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that was the issue. They probably had this in the files for quite a bit.
Probably.
With a lot of new shows coming out, couldn't squeeze it in or whatever, for whatever reason. That's the only good thing I can think of.
Yeah.
Squeeze it in. Who knows?
Yeah. I don't want to talk about this anymore. I'm so bummed about it. I want to talk about happier things.
Yeah. So let's move on to the San Diego Comic-Con Hasbro panel reviews. Starting off with the holiday figures, which I'm not going to lie, whenever they started doing holiday figures and I saw that first tweet, I was like, we're at San Diego Comic-Con and we know most of it's going to be about the Ghost and TVC, and we're getting a bunch of holiday figures, but luckily they ended up slapping. So we'll look at these first.
Do you see my grin? Do you see my grin on my face? Yes. These figures have no right to be as good as they are, and I hate that they're so good.
This is the best wave by far that they
easily the best wave, yeah.
So the first two they showed off were the Jawa that comes with the green Salacious Crumb, which is cool, and the Jawa's got like a Santa jacket, elf, color themed going on.
And he comes with the Kowakian monkey lizard, and it's also wearing like Santa stuff. It's just so cute.
We need to go back in between now and our next episode and compare remember when they showed the rappers?
Yeah.
And the Jawa, and
I'm pretty sure we were spot on. Yeah.
Yeah, and we need to see if they actually stuck to what those
were.
If they showed the Jawa with the Salacious Crumb, the Kowakian monkey lizard.
So what's cool about this Ewok is sure, he's a holiday Ewok, but he can also just be an Ewok.
Albino Ewok.
Albino Ewok. Why not?
Yeah, just take that green thing off or paint that green thing brown, and then you
Yeah.
get an albino Ewok. Or you can just, this is a good Ewok for customizers.
Yep.
It's already got a white base on it.
Yep.
And the Ewok comes with Maz Kanata's chest, which is cool.
It's the third time we've gotten that chest now because it came with the Halloween ones last time. I love both of these. These Nutcracker Troopers are so good.
The Purge Trooper with the red and the black and gold.
Yeah.
Might be my favorite one that they've done. Like it is.
Oh, it
it's up
looks
there with, like, the
so
Chewbacca,
good.
The all white one.
I hate that mold they're using because it's based on the first clone body, but I don't care because it looks so good.
Yeah, that's a beauty. Like the gold accents throughout it, even on the blaster. Like I have it in. Well, let's skip all this real quick. There's a picture of it.
There you
in
go.
hand.
Yeah.
Like the gold on it is great. It looks It looks a little more yellow here on this picture, but it just looks phenomenal.
It looks good for sure.
And then
all right.
I also really love the Snow Trooper.
Snowman. I like the idea.
So
I like the idea of the snowman snow trooper. My problem is that nose only works from like straight on.
That's true. It's not. It's
because it's just drawn on. It's just painted on. Yeah, yeah. But it's a fun idea. It's a fun idea. I like the attempt. Like it's a goofy look.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think this might honestly be one of the worst ones they've done is the security droid.
The security droid.
It's just all white with a couple accent colors.
Yeah. What's really Christmassy about it? Yeah.
It's like a peppermint. It's got like a peppermint thing in there and some red and green on the shoulders.
I guess. Like, yeah.
I don't know if it's white or is it pink. I can't tell.
It's hard to tell.
On this.
Yeah.
It looks white on this picture on the right with all 6 of them.
Yeah. So I know these are all going to be exclusive to specific places, but I don't know what or when or how because I didn't get any of that information.
And I do enjoy that these are back in windowed packaging because you can actually, if you wanted to keep them in the box, you can see them.
True.
Right, because the ones from the other year with the Chewbacca, you'd have to, and then the Halloween ones, you have to. Yeah. You have to take them out because they're in the PFP.
Yeah.
But yeah, these are pretty cool. Like you're right. This picture here, the nose on it kind of looks weird.
The nose on it looks a little weird. Yeah.
I might not be in on this one anymore with the nose.
I love the Nutcrackers, both of them. But the Purge Trooper is the better of the two.
Is this what body is this Mandalorian?
That's the Death Watch. That's the Death Watch. That's the new body. Yeah.
So they can do a new body on a Christmas one, not for Vizsla. What is going on? What is going on here? And that one comes with the little what's the name for these little species? I forget. Oh, I
don't know the names, but it's a Babu Frick. That's what I call him. I know they have a name. I don't care. It's like an Azorian.
Azorian. I think it's
Azorian. Yeah.
But yeah, these are pretty neat. I just threw a couple of these in hand shots.
And Zelen. JP Chrysanthemum says and Zelen. Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So let's.
There we go.
Confusing.
There we go.
So.
We're getting a new R2, everybody. Surprise. No. This is just so that they showed off R2D2. This is just them taking the 40th anniversary, a new figure. They do this every time, where when they introduce a new figure in the 40th anniversary packaging, they will later release it in the main line in a box to put it in a wave. So it's also not part of the 40th anniversary line. It's just part of the Black Series waves. Mm-hmm. The weird part is it's in a Mandalorian body because R2D2 showed up for like 30 seconds in the season 2 finale of The Mandalorian.
It just makes so much.
I don't get it.
So like, this just shows that they obviously care more about new media and they want to push. Mandalorian.
Yes, 100%.
But like for the Galaxy line, just put it in A New Hope.
A New Hope. It's the first time you see him in anything. And I don't understand.
On the live stream, I thought it was A New Hope because it's still that orangish color that they gave A New Hope. Yeah. So I was like, oh sweet, and then I realized, hold on, that says the Mandalorian. But this is the only picture I included of this one because
Brian Dickey's like, New Hope figure number 7? Nah, Mando figure number 38. That's so true. You might not recognize me from my red arm. Just, oh God, I get it. We all like the Mandalorian. The Mandalorian's cool, but like, when I think of the Mandalorian, I do not think of R2-D2. In fact, when they announced that, I was like, when was R2 in the Mandalorian? Because I know he wasn't anywhere in the most recent season. Like, I just forgotten that he was also there with Luke Skywalker. Because all I cared about in that scene was friggin' Luke Skywalker. I wasn't also like, oh, R2-D2. Like,
and if you're gonna put him in the Mandalorian box, why wouldn't you have him next to Luke on the mural?
Right?
It doesn't make any sense. And now if you're doing a mural, you're going to have whatever trooper that is right next to him or whatever.
Breakout Mandalorian star, R2-D2.
Yeah, he's not going to be... You know, it would have made... They could have put him in the Kenobi box because he popped up in the background of that. Why is...
J.P. Santon has also a point. He was in Book of Boba Fett longer than he was in Mandalorian.
Yeah.
Because he was in Book of Boba Fett. He was on the plane. Yeah, he was on... Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, this is just confusing.
He got lost. he got lost. That was good. That's what happened, Benejo. He got lost.
Yeah, it's just weird, like some of these box choices.
Yeah,
but
yeah, for sure, it's a weird choice. But I'm not mad because in the end, on my shelf, I'm gonna put them wherever I want.
And I'm not even buying this one because I've got 2 of the
Return
of the Jedi ones pre-ordered.
Correct. Oh, I'm just getting one of Return. Oh, I kicked my figures over. I'm getting one of the Return of the Jedi ones, but that's all I need, and I'm fine with that. So I'm not even buying this. I'm just weirded out they put it in the Mandalorian. That's all.
Yeah, it's odd. It is cool that it still comes with all those plugins and accessories and all that.
Sure.
Which is neat.
Again, I don't like to be negative. I hate being negative. And I feel like I'm going to be so negative on this episode. I don't like that.
Well,
but
I feel like, if we're being honest,
yeah,
the reveals are kind of mid until the pipelines. Like the
it's
holiday
true.
ones are cool, but they're not like
yeah,
hype. You know what I mean?
For sure.
And then we get to the Ahsoka stuff, and it's look how hard I went on this cover though. Right?
You really did. So I think earlier someone asked if there's any difference in this Ahsoka and the one that came out in the Mandalorian, and the answer is no. It is a straight repack.
This pisses me off. All right, this is a repacked figure. They have a cloak that they put in the Amazon exclusive pack. Why couldn't they just throw the cloak into this? It makes no sense. Unless Amazon owns like the rights to that cloak release, which would be bullshit. Them not throwing the cloak in here on a repacked figure is straight trash.
I'm actually okay with this because it's just a figure I don't need to buy. I'm not.
Well, you
I'm
have
not
the cloak already, though.
True,
I wanted
that's
the
true.
Cloak without having to pay $60
for
the 2-pack. Or whatever.
True.
It is.
Yeah. No, I get that. That's true. They could have easily put the cloak in, and I'm pretty sure she wears the cloak in the trailer. Like,
she like wears the cloak for like 90% of her screen time.
But yeah, it's a weird choice to just put the same figure, no changes, same armor, not even a new head. Because in the Ahsoka series, she has like longer Laku or whatever. But nope, exact same head, same facial expression, not a new facial expression.
But I do use the Journey Island cloak for my Ahsoka, so I guess I'm fine with it, and I would recommend this if people have it. And it works fairly well.
Yeah.
It's just kind of wild they didn't put the cloak in.
It's wild. Absolutely wild.
It's just it just feels a little scummy. You know what I mean? They're like, ooh, what can we put in that Ahsoka?
I would, yeah.
Think about it. Somebody at the top who makes the decisions. It's not Patrick.
It's not Eric. It's not Patrick. It's not Jing.
Chris.
Yeah.
It's somebody at the top said, you know what? Because it's going to cost us an extra, $10,000 to throw the cloak in. If it's probably not even that much, it's going to cost us an extra $3,000 to throw the cloak in for all the figures. We're not doing it. Somebody had to say no. to putting a cloak in there. And this it's just a little scummy, in my opinion.
I agree.
They've already made money off this figure.
Yeah. Yes, this is the third time it's been released.
Yeah. No,
for sure.
They've put it in the credit collection too.
Oh, that's true. It's the fourth time this has been released. You're right. I totally forgot about the credit collection. So, good call.
Fourth time, yeah. So, just wild, just absurd.
They're wildin'.
But so I did include a slide of a couple pictures since we have this figure.
Yeah.
Whenever I first saw it on the live stream, I was like, "Oh, those look cool. It looks kind of long."
I thought they looked different,
then you look at the figure you have, and it's like, "Oh, yeah,
it's the same." Yeah, I'm looking at the gauntlets. I'm looking at the pants. I'm looking at the legs. I'm looking at the face. Like, nope, everything is the same.
And the paint on this one probably will be like the Amazon one, a lot better than this one.
Which is the one I have on my shelf. The paint on the Amazon one is better than the wide release one for sure. Yeah.
But this one's still really good. Like it still looks it's not going to be enough to make me buy it again.
Yeah. So Pizza the Hut 24 is right. At least it's a good figure. I don't want to diminish how good this figure is. I completely agree. It's so good. I bought it twice, and I didn't really even mind that I bought it twice. Well, in fact, I bought it 3 times because I bought the credit collection one as well. She will be someone's first Ahsoka, absolutely. And even to spin it positively for myself, I don't have to buy it. And that's great. That's just money I don't have to spend, for my budget. And I'm actually very okay with this. I'm kind of glad they didn't give us a new Ahsoka, because even if it was slightly different and I felt compelled to buy it, where am I going to put it? Why do I need 2 slightly different live action Ahsokas? Like, I don't. The answer is I don't on my shelf. So I'm okay with this. I really am.
Well, they're going to change her look up a little bit, and then we're going to end up having 4 on her shelf.
Maybe. I'll get I'll cross that bridge when I come to it. But for now, seeing this Ahsoka is the same as the one I already have multiple times. I'm actually okay with it, and I hope that the people that get it like it, that they don't have an Ahsoka yet. And if you don't have an Ahsoka yet, this would be a good one to get. She's a good figure. She really is.
She's a fabulous figure, one of the best
for sure.
Of the year.
For sure.
And I don't want to be too negative about the figure.
No. Yeah.
I don't mind repacks.
Nope,
not
at all.
People that go Hasbro repacking a figure.
Yeah.
There are certain characters that should always be available. Ahsoka nowadays is one of those characters.
She's an evergreen character for sure. Yeah.
I'm just upset that they didn't throw in the cloak. Because
absolutely.
They've made money on this figure 3 times over already, and this is the 4th one.
Yeah, it was a little silly not to throw in the cloak.
Yeah. But it's still an obvious release that they should have done.
Yeah. For sure. Absolutely. If they didn't do it, it would have been weird.
Yeah. Not having an Ahsoka in the
Ahsoka show, in the Ahsoka line. Yeah, absolutely.
It would have been as weird as having R2 in a Mandalorian box.
That's true.
That's how, on the scale of 0 to R2 in a Mandalorian box,
it
would have been up there.
Here we go.
So in this picture of the new live-action Hera, I included some promo shots and an in-person shot from Crimson Dawn Collectibles. That was a very last-minute update, like 2 minutes before we went on the pod.
Yep.
But this figure looks good. I'm not sure if I'm gonna get it. I'm probably gonna wait if I do, because I do like the cartoon version a little more, the animated version. So I'm not 100% in on this one, but it's still a good face. I like it.
I still don't know how I feel about the Mary Elizabeth Winstead face, because that's who's playing her in Ahsoka. Like, I don't know how I feel about that yet, because I'm still just used to Hera being Hera from Rebels and stuff. Even when she was in Squadrons, she still felt like Hera, whereas I'm having a little bit of Uncanny Valley issues because she kind of looks and sounds too different to be Hera from the trailers that we've seen. But I'm willing and I'm open for me to get used to it, basically. But I love this look. Like to me, I'm like, yeah, this looks enough like Hera to where I'm going to buy it. I love the jacket.
The jacket is really sick.
The jacket is sleek. I love the goggles on the head. I love the little holster she's got on her hip instead of the one at her shoe. Because I'm terrified of losing her way too tiny gun. from her shoe.
What I do for like the Scout Trooper and the figures that have ankle holsters, I always get those little clear straps and just that they come with and kind of twist.
Sure, yeah. And you know what? That one was fine because she did have an ankle holster. Like she had a little ankle blaster. Like that was accurate, but I like this a little bit better. I love the look. I think this is a good look.
And I think the Uncanny Valley type thing, that'll go away once
That's what I'm saying, yeah. Once you watch the show, yeah.
Like, that'll become Hera for a lot of people.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, this is going to be someone's first experience with Hera, for sure. And then I hope they go back and...
most people's, because more people are going to watch live action.
You're right. No, a lot of people are going to be introduced to Rebels through Ahsoka. And I hope they go back and give the cartoon a chance. Because I know, you know, when Rebels first came out, it was hated on because they canceled Clone Wars, which everyone loved, and kind of used that as a replacement. And granted, the animation style is different, and there are some weird choices in some places. Like I'll admit that, but overall, I think I like Rebels as a show overall more than I like any other Star Wars cartoon.
Well, it's definitely a better complete story, but I think, and honestly, if you compare peaks, like what's your peak moment of Rebels? It's like
Anakin Jedi Knight.
Like
either Ahsoka versus Vader,
Ahsoka and Vader.
That whole episode with Kanan rescuing Hera, like I don't cry ever watching the Clone Wars. There's no episode of the Clone Wars that makes me tear up.
Yeah, I think if you compare peaks, like the peak of Rebels, like it's up there with Clone Wars, and I think people have. I think nostalgia is why people love a lot of the Clone Wars.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
But it's really like the first 3 seasons are kind of and then it really picks up around season 4. We start getting more Palpatine, and Maul comes in eventually around season 4 and 5. So
yeah.
But yeah, they're both really good. I don't know. I think I like Clone Wars overall a little better, but I think the straight narrative story of Rebels is...
Well, the nice thing about Clone Wars is that they have a little arcs. Like, I want to go watch just this arc, and you've got like 2 to 4 episodes or so where you can just kind of experience a fun little story. Whereas Rebels is more of a serialized kind of thing where everything kind of builds off each other. So it's harder to just be like, I'm going to go watch that one fun episode. I mean, you can, but like it's harder to do.
Yeah, what I like to do for Rebels, I just like to watch the last 4 of each season.
Okay,
because you kind of know where it builds from.
Sure.
And then you can just watch the Twilight of the Apprentice stuff, and then you can just go
or the best lightsaber fight in anything Star Wars, which is in Twin Suns, where Maul and Kenobi have their final duel.
That one is,
and
I will argue much of a fight.
That's why it's the best lightsaber fight, because it's the most realistic.
But also, it is very realistic. That's how like fencing is. It's very.
Well, that's how like samurai fights were. Like they weren't long drawn out like swashbuckling fights. It was like 1 or 2 swipes and that was it.
Does it count as a fight if one person is just doesn't even get a single hit? Does it count as a fight? It
does. Yeah, because it was a duel. They were dueling. And it was decidedly won, for sure. It's the best duel. Okay, let's say that. Maybe not the best lightsaber fight, but it's the best duel.
It's definitely, yeah. I might be able to agree with that. It's definitely up there. I love it so much. They did it perfectly. It doesn't make sense for Maul to be able to compete with Obi-Wan at that point. So yeah, let's move on to now. This is one. I currently don't have a Sabine. I sold my Sabine when I got out of the line. You know what's funny? Sabine was one of the last figures I sold, and then literally like a month and a half later, I'm like, oh, I'm getting back in. And then I never got the photo reel.
You never got the photo reel one? Oh, man.
And now they're both like this really expensive.
Oh, she's expensive,
It's not worth paying, and especially I knew they were going to make one since she was going to be in Ahsoka. So this is going to be my Sabine, which I'm fine with it. I would just keep the helmet on. I can throw it in either one.
Yeah.
This figure looks amazing, though. The paint, the saber, the hair, the sculpt. I think it's awesome. I will say, I really wish that we got like a Sabine, because this is obviously from Ahsoka, but I would like a season like 3 Sabine, something with like her jetpack. Yeah.
But I'm not.
Jetpack in this,
She doesn't have a jetpack in this, no. And that might be fine because that's probably accurate to the show. Which I'm not complaining that she doesn't have one here, but there are times when she does have a jetpack, and I would like to have
jetpack
a version of Sabine with that on there. Plus, like I feel like she changes her look up every season. Like it's a different color hair, different color, Mandalorian armor or whatever. Because she's an artist, she likes to paint things. Yeah.
Yeah, I wish she would have came with like a paint can or something.
Yeah, well, the
cool.
other one does,
Yeah.
and the TVC version does. The TVC version also comes with a loft cat, and I want a loft cat. Like I want a loft cat.
They throw so much extra stuff in with TVC.
It's not even fair. And you know what it feels like? It feels like they give a TVC figure the same budget that they give a Black Series figure, but since maybe a Black Series figure costs more to do, they use that extra money to give the TVC stuff more stuff.
I also just feel like with TVC, it's such a minute amount of plastic.
Hey, look who's here. Sorry.
Ken Plume.
Ken Plume. We were just talking about you.
Thanks for joining.
Terrible things. Awful things. Yeah.
Former podcast guest, so go listen.
That's
to
right.
that.
Friend of the show. Go check out his channel. Ken Plume. Anyway, I'm sorry. What were you saying? I got distracted with Ken Plume. I'm so sorry.
I forgot what I was saying.
I was a bad co-host for a second because I got distracted.
Whenever people like that pop in, we always gotta.
Yeah.
I forgot what I was saying for a second.
It's okay. This is the only thing they showed off, though. This was all the Black Series figures they showed off. That was it. We got 6 holiday figures. We got a repack we've already seen before. We've got a repack from the 40th anniversary wave. We got Johnny Sins on a 7-year-old body. And then we've got Hera. Hera and Sabine are the only 2 like new figures that we saw for Black Series this whole weekend.
Oh, I remember what I was saying. See, I just feel like TVC is such a minute amount of plastic that whenever they add in something, it just barely changes the cost of the figure. So they're able to throw in a lot more of those super tiny little things. As for Black Series, if you make Six Sense Lost Cat, it's got to be like all that plastic. That's, the saber, the 2 blasters, the helmet. It's probably all that, like even more, if you melted it down and added it up. But I do love the 2 different colored blasters. It's really cool, the blue and the yellow one, which is pretty sick.
I like that they're different colors. That's not something we've seen a lot of because it's always just the same 2 blasters.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's a good detail, good paint detail.
Yeah.
Like they went good on the paint. It could probably use a little dark wash to look a little used. She looks a little clean, but
always down for more Mandalorians. Always down for more Mandalorians. Excited to get this one. Excited to get this and Hera. And again, kind of like I was saying before, I don't mind that we didn't get a bunch of new stuff shown off because I don't mind my wallet having a break. Like I don't constantly need new stuff to buy all the time. And there's someone else that like that's their first Ahsoka. That's fine. That's great. That's it. That's 100% JP Kersanton. I am cutting into October's budget, so they're holding off for me.
October of 2024's budget with how over you are.
Well, so what's happening is because every month I'm like, okay, this figure's slated to come out in September. This figure's slated to come out in October. And what's happening is figures from like September, August, October are all coming out in July. So I'm over budget on July, but if nothing comes out later in the year, I'm good. Because those months that I had them coming out for, I now have nothing coming out for.
True. That's very true. And I think the in-hand shot looks really good here, too. Looks
Agreed.
Pretty good compared to the up-close shot.
Do you have as much of a problem with her and the Uncanny Valley thing that, like, Hera does?
No, because, like, as much as I like Rebels, and I don't even really have a thing with Hera either.
Yeah.
Because as much as I like Rebels, I really only love, like, Kanan as a character of the crew. Like, I love Zeb, too. But I don't really feel like I have a connection with Sabine or Hera or, I love Tina Sakar, Tina Sakar, the voice actor, but I feel like she also looks how I picture Sabine. Like this actor.
Yeah, like a live
looks
action
just
Sabine.
like.
Yeah.
Whereas
agree.
Hera though, it
Yeah.
does look a little like. Should she look a little more like an alien rather than a human with green paint? You know.
Sure.
Um,
But so Ken brings up a good question. He asked if we talked about that, and we did. We talked about Vizsla being on the Django body, but what we didn't talk about is they also at this stream announced a TVC Vizsla that's 100% a brand new mold. So Vizsla TVC, all new. Vizsla TBS, 7 years old. We didn't discuss the TVC angle of it. I don't want to get too much into it, but I want to acknowledge the fact that this is another instance where TVC is getting a better release than the Black Series. I will say overall, TVC won Comic-Con in terms of what they showed off, what they're getting, things like that. It was a big old W.
should we just start the stream over?
Yeah, let's start. Okay, I'm gonna go back to the Wheel of Death. We're gonna start.
Yeah, we're gonna redo
picking a
the
new
giveaway.
minute. No. I also do want to point out that TVC also got a Darth Revan, and I'm not mad at the stuff because like Black Series had Darth Revan for a long time. I don't get mad when TVC gets stuff, but I saw people in chat. I saw someone say, "Oh, I wish Black Series got Darth Revan." I'm like, we've got Darth Revan, and
We've had two versions of him. And an archive.
The vintage collection one just looks like a scaled down Black Series one. It just looks like they took Black Series and scaled it down. Like it doesn't look different at all. So I don't know what anyone's talking about if they say that. But yeah, again, fine, whatever. It's cool.
All right, you ready?
Let's talk pipelines because this is the only part I really care about. This is it.
Now we are on fire now. Except for this one, which I kind of have a problem with.
I didn't really understand what was going on here because it was hard to listen to on the stream that I was watching because people were being loud and talking.
So this is an Amazon exclusive 3-pack. It's going to be the Purge Trooper, which we already have.
But is it that Purge Trooper with like the hammer, with like the electric hammer?
I can't tell if is that a hammer or is that just the electro staff we have?
No, it looks like the hammer, the staff. I don't think it's the staff.
Well, if it's a hammer, that'd be sick.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's the hammer version, the hammer brother.
I wish it was a live stream instead of relying on people to stream it through Instagram, which Chaz the Guru, shout out. I watched your live. It was great.
I was watching Toying Around on YouTube.
Yeah, it's just hard to hear though on a lot of them.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
If that's a hammer, that'd be awesome. I just assumed it was the staff.
Pizza the Hut and Wilbon both say it's the hammer as well.
So I didn't hear them say that. So that's awesome. Yeah. And then it's also Trilla.
But is it the same release we already have? Yeah, are they gonna do a head? If they do is this a 3-pack or is this like individual releases? Okay. I might have to get it anyway, but I'm not gonna be happy. I'm not gonna be as excited, I'll say. Because I'm still gonna be happy, but I'm not gonna be as excited if it's just a straight release of the second sister.
So we're getting the Inquisitor Cal, which is really cool.
Which is great, awesome, love it.
I just wish they didn't hide him in a 3-pack. That's that kind of sucks for people who really want just that. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna be in on it, but Inquisitor Cal would be so good. And now that I know that's a hammer Purge Trooper, I might have to be in on this one.
Yeah, I'm definitely in. I'm gonna get it. I'm just not gonna love having a second sister. Second sister. No, my third second sister because I have the carbonized. I have the carbonized second sister, the regular second sister. I really hope they just do something to make it different. Maybe a soft goods cloak to match the other Inquisitors would be okay. I would replace it. Yeah, or if they gave her an unhelmeted version. Like I would be okay with that. I would replace the one on my shelf with that. Yeah.
I feel like if she had an alt head though, they would have showed that here.
I don't know because this isn't a picture of the figure. This is just
I know. I'm saying like a picture. I feel like they could have showed a picture of her on. There.
We'll see. Hasbro, if you're listening, it's not too late.
We'll see soon.
It's not too late.
But now, let's move on to...
Let's move on. The big one.
Are you ready for this?
The big one. The big one. Yeah! Yes, sir.
It happened.
Yes,
the number one figure on my most wanted list.
Yes, sir.
That we don't have is finally happening. I'm sure it's going to be a deluxe, right? I don't know if they mentioned deluxe or not.
They didn't. I don't think they said. But you know what? I don't care. This could be a $50 figure, and I'm still.
This could be a $100 figure if it comes with a blue bubble.
So it's a destroyer droid or a droideka, whatever you like to say. I prefer destroyer droid.
I've always called him a droideka for some reason.
Well, droideka is what they call it. It was what the Neimoidians call it, but Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon called it destroyer. So to me, that's like the proper name, and droideka is like the street name for it.
See, I always thought it was kind of the opposite. I feel like droideka is like the specific product name, and then destroyer droid's kind of like the slang.
So because it was like 1999, the Neimoidians are talking like a racist stereotype of Chinese people. I thought they said droid car. Like it's just it's a droiduka. Yeah, like it's a droiduka or whatever. Like it's really hard to understand what they were saying. So I didn't even know what a droideka was because I read the novelization and it was a destroyer droid in that. I had the action figure. It was a destroyer droid on that. It was never called a droideka in anything physically that I had. The only time they ever used the word droideka was when Newt Gunray called it that in the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bendejo says only they can say that. That's their word.
So I am so hyped. This was the number one figure on my most wanted list. Like, I hope it comes with the blue bubble. We'll see. If it doesn't, I'm gonna need to buy
I'm still okay with it. Yeah. I'm sure. You know what? I'm sure Lance Peter Luke will have like a resin printed one. Or something.
Yep. Gonna need a couple of those. I'm definitely in on at least 2 of these day one pre-order. I absolutely cannot wait until they show this figure off. I need to see them like on the live stream, rolling it up.
If it doesn't roll up, they have failed. I will say that. If it doesn't
go that far, but I feel like it has to be a toy.
Ken Bloom says, if it don't roll, it ain't a goal. Truer words, sir. Truer words.
But yeah, blast effects and a shield would be sick. But I'm just going to hold out for a shield.
I have no illusions that this will be a deluxe figure. Like, they will charge more for this than a normal figure. I'm as long as they justify it, I'm okay with it. As long as there's a reason for it, and not just plain Jane, bare bones, just the droid. I'm okay with it.
Yeah, this is like absolutely insane. I was not expecting this at all, and my stream was kind of lagging a little bit.
Yeah.
So it showed this, and I'm like, hold up, and then it went automatically to the next slide,
which is boom. Now
Bam.
This is weird. This is weird. This is a weird choice. I on one hand, I'm very excited for a Super Battle Droid, like as excited for a Super Battle Droid as I am a Destroyer Droid, Droideka, or whatever. No wheelie, no dealy. But it's weird that they made this a 2-pack, with a battle droid with C-3PO's head on it.
Wait, is it a 2-pack? I didn't know if it's a 2-pack or not.
It's a 2-pack.
It's a 2-pack.
It's a 2-pack.
Well, I did not know it's a 2-pack.
So if you want 2 super battle droids, like I was planning on getting, I feel like a lot of people are, you're going to be getting 2 regular battle droids with some C-3PO head on there.
See, I was hoping to buy like 4 of them.
Nope. I feel like once they do this at some point, they're going to do it by itself. They're going to release it in the gaming grades. They're going to release it.
They'll do the repaints for like Fallen Order,
for
Survivor,
sure,
and all that.
But initially, it's a 2-pack, and it's going to have the C-3PO with the droid, on the battle droid body.
And I've actually been looking forward to a C-3PO on a battle droid body. It's been on my list of want added figures, not my top 10, but figures I want added.
Yeah.
But it would be really cool, like Kim Plume says here, if they also threw in a droid head so you could swap it and just army build.
And just army build, have more battle. I'd be okay with having more battle droids.
I'd be okay with that too.
Yeah.
And I like Woban, I do love that bit in Attack of the Clones. Like, I love that part.
Oh, this is such a drag.
Yeah,
Because he's getting dragged.
They're gonna put it in the Mando line. That makes sense.
Well, they could put the super battle droid in the Mando line.
Yeah, he was in there.
He was there. Yeah.
But the two, I'm excited for it, even if it's a 2-pack. I don't know if I'm gonna buy 2 now, right off the bat, though.
Yeah, I'll probably buy one and wait. Unless what Ken says comes to pass, and it does have the ability to be a regular battle droid. But what's weird about that is they should have made a battle droid and a C-3PO, like an episode 2 C-3PO as a 2-pack.
As a 2-pack, so
you can swap the head and like that makes sense to me to do as a 2-pack. But like this doesn't make sense to me to do as a 2-pack.
Yeah.
Yeah. Die, Jedi dogs.
He gets into it, which is good. The programming started crossing over.
Yeah.
Which is really funny. I'm just happy we're finally getting like some prequel droids like that we've been wanting. So my last couple months as a collector have been fabulous. I had a top 10 list. Number 1 on that list was the Droideka. Number 2 on that list was the Super Battle Droid. Number 3 on that list was Darth Vader with the broken helmet from Kenobi. I'm living good right now.
You are living well.
I am living like a king in the Black Series.
You are eating good. Yeah.
It is fabulous dining over here. I am so hyped.
Let's be honest. Of all the complaints we've had and the weird decisions Hasbro's made, the only real problem we have is the pre-Vizsla. Like that's the only real bad thing that Hasbro like everything else ultimately at the end of the day isn't a big deal. Like you don't buy an extra repack or they're putting R2 in Mandalorian for some reason. Like it's silly. We can make jokes, we can complain about it, but it's not a line killer. It's not the end of the world. Releasing pre-Vizsla as a 7-year-old figure, that's genuinely, that ruined my whole day, honestly.
For that day, and then
that whole day was ruined. Yeah,
I told you they're gonna release the bad one the day before, then distract us with all the good stuff.
Yeah, that's true. But I am pleasantly surprised by the holiday figures. I love the Nutcrackers. Those 2 Nutcracker figures are gonna be like gems of my collection there. Zach Stradamus.
And the 2 gems in my collection will be Destroyer Droid and the Super Battle Droid. I am so hyped because I was literally thinking the other day, if you're a new collector in the Black Series, and if you were just looking at like a lineup of all the boxes, right? Like if they're like kind of book style and you had to like pull them out, like you were looking at all the numbers, you'd be like, oh, they have a Jackson figure. Oh, they have like 6 Obi-Wan Kenobis. Where's the Droideka? And where's the Super Battle Droid? There's some of these core characters that we just don't have, and we have all this other stuff. So like, it finally, this is the year. We've been calling it in our group chat. This was the year.
This was the year.
This was the year.
Now we just need. I think if they do you a new episode 3 Anakin, like those are your big ones. You have to find something new to constantly ask about. That's your last grail.
That's true. So like my top 10 list was like characters we didn't have, like of the like specific molds. So since Anakin's technically, but that's obviously number 1. But I'd say number 1 now is probably episode 3 Palpatine.
Yeah.
With like whenever he's fighting Mace Windu with an alt head and alt hands maybe.
So Obi-Wan Kenobi's got mine. Pong Krell's been my number 1 2 years in a row. I just think he'd be a gorgeous deluxe figure. I wouldn't expect to pay anything less than deluxe price for something as long as they nail it. He's got 2 double-sided lightsabers. Yep. Like he would be easily the star of my shelf if they make him.
Also, Obi-Wan, while you're here, tell us which figure you want. DM me on Instagram. Tell me what figure you want.
Yep.
You get your pick between. You won our giveaway pre-show for Patreon members. You get either this or the Lucasfilm 50th Qui-Gon Jinn that's sealed that Mike has.
Was that the end of the slideshow?
That was the last picture. I didn't
Okay.
include the ghost since we're going to talk about that.
Yeah, we'll
more
talk about
next
it.
time.
Well, we'll talk about it briefly here.
We can talk about it briefly, and then we'll go
Yeah.
deeper in. This would be amazing, though. Palpatine Yoda 2-pack, or Palpatine Mace Windu with like an alt head or something. I just need like the Palpatine, and then make it be switchable.
Yeah.
Pong Krell would be great.
So yeah, just one last thing. You know, obviously because TVC did win today, and I'm gonna give them like they
Took a
did
big
it.
dub.
They took that big dub. And another big dub for them is that HasLab started. And I just want to point out this HasLab, that it got announced. It went live at around 2:30 today. So that's about 5 hours ago almost at this point. We're at 5 hours. And it's almost halfway backed. It is a $500 gigantic ass spaceship of the Ghost. Biggest
it's
ship
cheap.
they've ever done.
That's cheap for what they did.
I gotta say, I'm actually really surprised because I posted in chat and on Twitter. I'm like, is the Phantom gonna be a tier or is it gonna come with the Phantom? And it comes with the Phantom, and I think that's great. I'm just gonna say it's outright. I'm not backing it, and it's not because I'm anti TVC. I genuinely was tempted by this. I genuinely thought about it for a second.
I am genuinely tempted by it. Honestly,
Yeah.
because
I do love Rebels. I think it looks gorgeous. I think it offers a lot, especially for that $500 price. I think it does come through. I just can't. I just dropped $500 on 2 6-inch scale helicopters that just ended, and I just can't. I don't have the space for this, and I don't collect it. But I do think it looks gorgeous, and I hope that anyone backing it, I hope it gets all the tiers. I will say real quick, I love they showed off all the tiers, and they have an actual model of it painted at Comic-Con. Like you can go there and see it, because usually when they do these HasLabs, it's just like that 3D mock-up, and you don't see like a real version of it until like halfway through the campaign or whatever, and you don't see any tiers until everything's unlocked or it's almost ended or whatever. But up front, they front loaded everything. Like, this is what you get. This is what it's got. This is what it looks like. I would say go on Hasbro Pulse's Instagram if you want a good sense of the scale of this thing, because you can see Chris holding it, putting it on display at the show, and the scale of it it's
huge,
immense. This thing is gigantic,
and I feel like $500 is cheap. I thought it was going to be $600 at least. I kind of feel like, because there were like multiple sites reporting that it was going to be $600.
I saw that too.
Because the Yak Face, there were a couple of other ones.
Well, just to put it in perspective, the HasLab, the first HasLab, the sail barge, was also $500. And those two have been the most expensive HasLabs so far. I don't think there haven't been any that's over $500 yet.
I just wonder if Hasbro kind of leaked it would be $600 just to get people
to get people
whenever they see $500.
That's smart. That's smart.
Because there were multiple outlets saying it was going to be $600.
That makes it feel cheap. Maybe they did it to gauge reaction, to see like are there people that are okay with it? You know?
Yeah.
But I think that I think it's good. I don't remember what I was going to say.
It's a great campaign. Like whenever people give Patrick shit for marketing and like all that, he's the global brand leader.
Yep.
We gotta give that marketing team their props. They went in their bag for this campaign. I feel like they told the executives at Hasbro, it's hard to market a grayscale render that comes with nothing. For $350. And
exactly. Yeah.
We need to market the actual product with tiers. Like, just give us the full thing, and we'll make it work.
Well, and it's not even the Star Wars team that's learning it from it, because the G.I. Joe team, like with this Dragonfly, did the same thing, where they weren't showing the tiers until the tier got unlocked, and we didn't see any good painted versions. And even, I don't want to talk too much about this, because next week, or the next episode in 2 weeks, we have Jake from Forlom to Zuckus coming on, and we're gonna dissect the HasLab and talk about it. But one of the things that this has done is not only have they shown off the tiers, but they showed the actual figures that it comes with, like up front. Like you could see physical versions of them. HasLab is not free shipping, but shipping on this is like the same price as Hasbro Premium. So if you're not a Pulse Premium and you want to back this, just go pay for Pulse Premium and then back it. I think the shipping's like $51 or $52. It's pretty pricey because it's pretty big and pretty hefty. So if you aren't a premium member and you're gonna back this, just go pay for premium, then back it, and you'll have a year of free shipping from Hasbro. It's a no-brainer.
Yeah. And yet, like what Wilbon, I feel like inevitably we're gonna compare it to the Rancor. Like this, the campaign already, like the way they're doing the campaign, the tiers.
Oh, it's like night and day.
It makes the Rancor campaign look just like a bad campaign. Like in hindsight,
look at that. They're over half, 4125 out of 8,000 in 5 hours. Again, I don't want to.
It needs 17,000 to
for
get
everything.
all the way.
Yeah, for everything. Yeah, but I don't want to get too into it because I want to dissect it more in our next episode. So we're gonna have a whole HasLab Ghost issue. Ken, I didn't buy 2 dragonflies to keep. I bought one to sell to pay for the one I wanted for myself. So I'm hopefully getting my dragonfly for free after I sell the other dragonfly that I bought.
Yeah. Also, if people want to do that with this,
Easy.
Think about it. The sail barge goes for like $2,000 right now.
Yep.
So, and people love Rebels.
Yep. I don't know. Let's look at eBay right now. What does the Razor Crest go for right now? Razor Crest on eBay.
I forgot they did the Razor Crest too.
HasLab, and let's filter by sold. You always filter by sold.
Yeah.
So you see what actually here we go. Sold items. Okay, so it was a $350 product. So this
Plus
one sold for $634. This one was $495, but $53 shipping. This is just the box for $100. Someone just sold the box.
And also, in 4 more years, whenever it gets more scarce, 3 more years.
Oh, easily. Yeah, because that's what I was saying. The sail barge was from 2018. That the sail barge was $500 in 2018 money.
Yeah.
So that's more expensive if you count inflation than this is. That's what I was going to say earlier. So it's actually a better deal than the sail barge.
Hasbro is in their bag.
Yeah.
The Grogu sold for $50.
Just the Grogu by itself with the vac metal pram sold for $50. This is $510, $590, $575, $650. The $84 right here for the Jawa that came, just the Jawa that came out of the Razor Crest. So again, it can be a really good investment depending on the product, and I definitely think the Ghost. And I don't feel bad, and we talked about this with the Rancor and stuff. You shouldn't feel bad if you buy one to sell because you're not taking one away from somebody by buying an extra one. You're creating one that didn't exist before. So it's not like going to the store and being like, oh, I see 2 of these figures, I want to buy both and sell the second one for a higher price or whatever. That is taking something away from someone else who could have bought it for the normal price.
Like an certain amount.
Exactly. Whereas with made to order items like these HasLabs, they're making as many as people buy in the window. That's it. If they make 30,000, or people buy 30,000, they make 30,000. So the more you buy, the more they make. That's just it's just how it is. Yeah. So it's buying extra just creates extra. That's all it does.
Yeah. Could you imagine if they would have revealed the Rancor and had an actual product there for people to see and take pictures of, and the Hasbro team to hold it and show you all the articulation, how just massive it is. R.I.P. Like,
Well, how am I not helping, Ken? Ken says I'm not helping. He's trying to take my Star Wars card away because I bought G.I. Joe. Ken, I can like more than one thing. I'm a complex individual, and it's 2023. It's the current year. Get with it. You're not. I'm also wearing a Star Trek shirt. I'm wearing a Star Trek shirt right now on my Star Wars podcast. What are you gonna do about that, Ken Plume?
I'm gonna kick you off the stream.
Don't do it. Because you can now because I made you a
I know, yeah, I
person
can
on
remove
here.
you right
You
now.
can, but don't do it because it makes editing the audio really hard.
But yeah, I'm excited to dive deeper into that.
Yeah, me too.
I might back one. I'm not sure. I'm still considering it. If it hits all the goals, I might grab it.
Well, here's the thing: it doesn't charge until it ends, so you could back it now with for nothing, and then if it doesn't make the goals, you can cancel it. In fact, even if they charge you for it, you have a full month to cancel after that and get your money back. I didn't actually realize that until the Dragonfly just ended, and they're like, you have until August 15th to cancel your order and get your money back. And I was like, dang, that's pretty good.
Yeah, that is really convenient.
Yeah. Technically, Ken, I only like G.I. Joe once. I'm selling the other one. I'm selling it. I'm not going to keep it.
Well, I think that's just about going to do it for our episode 50.
Yes.
I'm glad that episode 50 is an absolute banger because we had to go over all the SDCC reveals. And
thank you for everyone joining us live. We don't do these live for everyone often. It's normally just a Patreon thing. But for our big shows, like big conventions, big news, or for our big anniversaries, like a 50th episode or our next birthday anniversary, we like to invite more people to make it more of a celebration. But I will say, if you are curious about other live shows you want to go back and watch, if you want to join at least our $5 tier on Patreon, you can go back. We did one a couple, last month, was it? With Wilbon, where we did a figure draft. And I think that might be my favorite episode that we've ever done. Just in terms
really fun.
We've had some interviews I really liked, like talking with Ken and stuff like that. But as just an episode where it's just me and Zach, and we're just kind of trying to pass time and make an episode, we got Wilbon to choose over 100 figures, and Zach and I had to draft figures into a collection and see who got the best collection. And you can go listen to it, but I genuinely think watching it adds a lot to that episode.
Better.
Yeah.
Honestly, drafting made it a great episode. It was a lot of fun doing that.
So
I definitely recommend people going back and watching that.
If you wait a year, that video will probably be free on our channel. Every other week or so, I've been making older episodes available to the public.
No. I took the dub. I took the dub.
I think when you factor all of the different social medias into it, I do believe Zach won.
It was by 2 or 3 votes.
But
so
it was
close.
very close.
But I still took the crown for 2023.
I conceded the crown to Zach, although if I had to choose one of those two collections, I would still choose my collection that I chose over his. 9 times out of 10. No, 10 times out of 10.
No, I would choose mine all day every day.
All right.
All day every
Whatever.
day.
It's fine. But Wilbon did a great job.
You'll have your shot at redemption next May or whatever.
Yeah, when we do a figure draft 2024.
Figure draft 2024. It's going down.
It's going down. All right.
But until then, and until in 2 weeks, we'll be back. We'll be joined by Jake from Forlam to Zuckus. You see what I did there?
From Forlam to Zuckus.
So that should be a great episode.
Yeah.
Join the Patreon. You can just support us on a $2 tier if it's in your budget and you have the financials to do it. We really appreciate all of our 47 or so Patreon members.
Yeah, 47.
And most of them are on the 1138 tier, I believe. We have more 1138 tier than we do $5 tier. Yep. Which says something. People enjoy being here live. If you enjoy being here live and want to join us every episode live, please consider signing up for that tier. You can and you also get perks like you get some discounts off
Discounts on our merch.
Which if you want to go buy a nice glass for your cold ones, do that. Look at that sick ass logo on the back.
Yeah, it's a good logo.
What do you like better? Do you like our coffee mug or the glass better? So
I like the glass because I'm a pint guy.
I've always been more of a pint glass person. Too.
I got married.
Coffee.
I got married at a brewery, dude.
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah.
But yeah, that's so you can get a pretty cool like if you're a mug person, get a mug. I'm a pint glass guy. I drink, water and sodas rather than coffee or anything that goes in a mug. So I use this to like hold my pens and stuff. It's like a desk piece for down here. So we'd appreciate that. If you also want a Rancor shirt, support bringing back the Rancor because we know if they did it now with their lessons they learned with how good this HasLab campaign is, we know they would nail the Rancor. So hopefully,
I agree. Yeah.
But Mike, I know you've done a lot of YouTube videos again lately, which is awesome to see because a couple months ago you weren't really feeling it. So it seems like you're back in the groove.
Yeah, I'm back in. So, Stella got her groove back. Essentially,
where can the listeners find you and check your videos out?
Yeah, so I've got a YouTube channel, Mike Case, Kaess is how you spell that. And like I said, I've done a video on that 2-pack with Cad Bane and Cobb Vanth. I did a video on Doc Onder featuring the 3D print that Zach printed for me from Landspeeder Luke. I did a video on, what was the other one? Oh, the Luke and Grogu. And I compare that Luke with the Mandalorian Luke. I compare the Grogu with the old Grogu and the backpack with the old. So I go into depth pretty much with it, and it's always, I try to make a 10-minute video. They always turn to 30 minutes because I like to gab and talk and say things. I'm gonna next. I've got some GI Joe video coming up because I've got a bunch that I want to talk about, and then I've also got the Force Ghosts I'm gonna do, and then I'm gonna probably do one that I just opened today on the Endor Rebel Soldier since I just got that. So I got some videos. I got stuff cooking.
He's in the kitchen.
I'm in the kitchen. Let me cook.
Let him cook. Kirby asked about bots and shots.
Kirby asked about bots and shots. I was just hanging out with Zach, and this is tall blonde bots and shots Zach, not my more different Star Wars Zach. Yeah, exactly.
Tall blonde short haired.
We have an episode that we've recorded. I have yet to edit. So this weekend I will probably edit that video. I'll probably just do a quick and dirty edit and just get it up because it's mostly us recapping BotCon from back in March. So it's an episode from back in March. So it's a little old, but I think it'll still be fun. And then we've talked about getting some new stuff done now that I'm more into the groove and I don't mind doing those longer episodes. So I think that'll be fun. So look forward to some bots and shots coming out for sure. Absolutely.
And one last thing from me before I give my socials. I don't know where to order that Gohan and Ghost Goku set. I almost said Ghost Luke. The Ghost Goku set.
I just imagine Luke Skywalker with a Gohan in a backpack.
I know it's an SDCC exclusive. I don't know if or when that's going on sale online, but if it does, and if it is, somebody please DM me because that's like the one from SDCC that I want for DBZ. But you can follow me on, I'm a TikTok guy now mostly. Follow me on TikTok at the Star Wars Black Series. That's still got the classic name. Follow me on Instagram at blackseriescantina. There is a small slimmer of hope for the old account, I will say. I realized if you sign up for Meta Blue, unfortunately, you do get to actually talk to a person. So I think I'm going to try to sign up for Twitter Blue, which I did submit the thing for like the wait list. You get to talk to an actual representative. So I'm going to talk to them and just bother the hell out of them until they hopefully give me the account back. So I'm just going to be like the most annoying pest every day. Email, message, a call a week or something. So that gives me a little bit of hope, but go follow me there. And then also join our Facebook group. That's Black Series Cantina. We post a lot of updates about the show there, the schedule.
Yeah, we also just have fun discussions and post pictures
people
and
post
stuff,
their fine editions and we talk about Black Series figures. Follow us on Twitter at TBS Cantina. Join the Patreon, like we've mentioned a few times. Any support helps. We're trying to go to Japan. And then we have merch like shirts and mugs and cups that you've seen. And then you can email us, blackseriescantina@gmail.com. If there's an article out there that you want to link us to that we should cover on the show, you can always reach us there. So I think that's about it. We had a great episode 50. Thank you all.
Yeah, here's
for
the 50
listening.
more.
Yeah, here's the 50 more. I don't see us stopping anytime soon.
Nope.
Either the Black Series is gonna die or one of us is gonna die. And
I don't know. If the Black Series dies, we'll just pivot into something new. We'll start talking Dragon Ball Z.
There we go.
DBZ Cantina.
The Vintage Collection Cantina. Oh, Lord.
That's right.
It sounds awful. It sounds terrible. But honestly, like, if I were to tragically die, knock on wood, just replace me with, like, Lance Peter Luke or something. I give you permission to replace me.
Thanks, man. If I die, just end the podcast.
I'll do it solo. If you die, I'll just do it solo forever.
Oh, thanks, man. All right.
I'll wait like a month, and then I'll have an emotional episode, and then I'll come back. I'll be like, yeah,
That's
he was
fair.
cool
No,
for
that's
a while.
fair. Yeah.
He was cool for a while.
That's fair.
Um,
That's fair.
But yeah, enough talking about that.
Yep.
Here's to 50 more episodes. Thank you all for listening and making this a very successful podcast. We really, really appreciate it. Mike, I appreciate you doing this podcast with me. I've had a blast.
I'm glad that you put that out there that one day, and I responded, because I almost didn't respond. I was like, do I want more work? And I'm really glad that I did, because of that, like, we became friends with Out of the Basement Boys, and we became friends with Lance Peter Luke, and we met some cool people. We got to talk to Ken Plume. We got to talk to Sarah Lynn Reynolds and Gregory Titus.
Gregory
Like,
Titus,
what the heck,
that was sick.
yeah, it's kind of fun. So we've had a fun 50 episodes. So I think it'll be great. Yeah.
And to all the people who have messaged me and commented saying we need to get Lance Peter Luke back on, I can confirm he'll be on sometime in August.
Yep.
He'll be back soon. So you don't got to wait too much longer. And it's going to be awesome because I wasn't 3D printing last time we talked to him on the pod, and now I have a whole shelf dedicated to Luke. Got his name all over it. So more rants. I've gotten this a lot too. We need more rants from me. Hey, Black, it's been good. I got nothing to rant about. I let Mike do the pre-Vizsla thing. So rants, wait until they reveal those. If they would have revealed those archives tonight, I would have started the podcast. The archives of Bo-Katan.
We were afraid of that.
Like, if they would have
Absolutely,
wasted SDCC time revealing figures that we've seen,
Yeah.
I would have been so pissed. That would have been a rant. But more rants are coming if Hasbro deserves them. They haven't been deserving them lately because they're dropping some absolute fire. But thank you all for listening. We'll be back in 2 weeks with Jake from Forlom to Zuckus.
Bye.